Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school or RuneScape. All right, so this week up on the Sprocket, of course, as always, we're going to
Before
be.
we have an announcement for this week.
Oh, yes, we do have an announcement. Special episode this week with special guest Hanny.
Hannah joined us. I've already recorded with her, but timestamps are down in the description if you want. If you're just here for Hanny, that's okay. You could just go skip and listen to her.
Yeah, feel free to jump ahead.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, we are going to go over our usual docket, which is including our updates for this week, including community updates and what's been going on over there. And then we'll be talking about two different blogs this week, God alignments, as well as the project rebalance part uno.
Skilling. It's the longest blog name.
Very, very long blog. So, a lot to talk about, a lot of community discussion going on around these things. So, we'll be briefly touching on those things. We don't want to make it too long because guest episodes tend to be longer. So, we'll try to be swift with our updates and coverage of this. But without further ado, Michelle, how's it going?
Good. First, we also have a Q&A, by the way.
Yeah, I always forget. Everyone knows.
It's so funny. I think this is our 157th episode, which, by the way, happy 3 years.
You said that last time.
We recorded this yesterday and we deleted it because it was before the blog came
Yeah,
out.
you said that. You said that in
Okay,
that
but
time.
they don't know that.
Okay.
God. Anyway, before I get into my actual updates, a few more Bunebape community updates. We're getting rid of our weekly bond giveaways.
Yeah, we're no longer doing giveaways for bonds because not as many people, surprisingly, over time, less people have signed up for them.
Also bad at advertising. It's my own fault too.
And they have gotten more expensive. And Michelle has OSRS goals of Tebow
I
someday.
used Bofa for like 3 years, man. I just want a Tebow real bad.
Yeah.
And
So until she becomes overwhelmingly wealthy, until then, they are suspended. We might do drop parties and we might do
like random stuff.
yeah, we might do bond giveaways like once a month, but it's not going to be as frequent as before.
And I think I might start a new rule that you have to have typed in Discord before to win, because someone definitely has been using alt accounts and has won multiple times. Bro.
I mean, typing in Discord wouldn't solve that.
True, but someone was caught in the act yesterday. I just want to go over this really funny. It was super funny. I don't care that much. We're done
Yeah.
with it anyway. But they were like, "Oh, I'm in this free to play world," and I was like, "Okay." And I hopped to a world, and I was like, "This is members." A different account typed and was like, "Oh, sorry, I meant this world."
Yeah.
And then I hopped and I was like, "Can you confirm this is you?" And the first account typed, "Yeah, it's me." And then they went and deleted the messages from the other account, and I'm like, "You very clearly have multiple accounts just to win
Yeah.
bonds."
And also, I mean, there's no point in doing that. I
It's
own
so
the server,
weird.
so I can see exactly everything you do.
It's like really weird.
You're not fooling anyone.
They've won multiple times. Honestly, I don't care too much.
It doesn't. Yeah, it
It
doesn't.
was funny to confirmed catch someone doing that though. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Other community updates. We're still doing the Runefest fundraising. We hit the 1,000 mark for money raised, which is super exciting. It feels more real. This Friday, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time or 4 a.m. UTC, I'm going to be continuing it. We're going to be doing Taub as our boss competition, and hopefully we could have multiple teams there. And I'll be dressing as the Fairy Queen. I need to go buy yellow construction paper
Yeah.
to make a ridiculously tall hat like she has.
From Cinderella, the fairy godmother.
No, from HaniRS, the fairy godmother.
Oh,
Yeah.
same thing.
You don't even know. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and come stop by twitch.tv/Bunebape. Sorry, I'm trying to rush through my stuff because we didn't realize that there's gonna be so much to talk about.
Yeah, you don't have to race through it.
I'm sorry.
You sound like
I just feel like
you don't even you're not even talking. You're trying to do a speed competition.
speed contest, okay? I also got a couple purples. I'm glad that we had to re-record this because we got another purple last night. So we got a rapier the other day, and that was a 10 mil split. And last night we got our daily Avernic, which was 12.6 mil. And it's really nice seeing my cash stack going up, knowing that I'm not just gonna buy a bond again.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I'm still giving away bonds for the boss competitions during fundraising, but
It's not the same.
I was getting rid of 20 mil the past 6 weeks, every week.
Well, I mean, that's not that much.
That's kind of, oh my god, that's a lot of gold. Okay. Whoa, don't want to think about that. Also, Megan got her third pet on stream.
Yeah, little Zick.
She got her third little Zick in less than 300 total KC, so that was pretty funny. Very cool.
Pretty much on rate.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's 1 out of 100. I must be going so dry. I think that's all I've been up to. And then real life, earlier today, I had an interview for a part time, potentially later full time position. It's not remote, but it does sound very cool, and I'm excited about it. And I'm going to go in person to check out the facilities and have an official interview later this week. So that's cool.
Yeah,
This was
big
like
cool.
informal conversation. But yeah,
Yeah.
what have you been up to?
I have not been up too much. Surprise, surprise.
What?
Played a little bit of Division, League of Legends, stuff with friends. Really not anything too crazy or really worth mentioning. But
RuneScape win.
I know I feel like playing RuneScape, but it's just and then I think about it and I'm like, oh, never mind.
Pause for a second. Whenever you think about playing, what do you want to do?
I don't know, just logging in.
Oh, okay. There's
Just
nothing
in
like in
general.
particular that you're like, that sounds fun.
No, there's never anything where I'm like, oh, I want to do that, because then I think about doing that,
And then it's
and I'm
fun.
like, oh, I don't know why I would think that.
Yeah.
But
That's the RuneScape experience, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. I'm all
You
like,
can't overthink it, otherwise you won't do anything.
I'll get like the nostalgia feeling. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool to feel that again, and then I'm like, oh, but then I would, run laps or something. So
Maybe not as many laps. We'll talk about soon.
nope, just as many laps. So we do have a bunch of community highlights and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So we can quickly go over and shout out to Russie002, the first ever Iron Man to complete the entire boss log. For anyone that doesn't know, that is every drop from every boss in the game, including pets and
Wow.
including jar drops.
Do
So
they specify if it's raids too?
I think so.
It's in a different tab.
No, I think it's just the boss tab.
Okay. I
I wouldn't
mean,
be surprised if they were very close, because
oh yeah.
they're over 1,400 obtained, and there's just under 1,500 total, so they're getting pretty close.
The RuneScape team is sweating like no one is supposed to complete
Yeah,
this.
so getting definitely really close. I think we've said it in the past. Whenever other people do get close, it's essentially impossible to complete the collection log, but people do try.
Yeah. I also want to green log all the bosses, as insane of a goal that sounds.
Yeah,
Seems so
definitely
satisfying.
tomorrow.
I wish.
Speaking of something that might be tomorrow, I don't know. We have Discord stages. So Mod Blossom actually sent out an announcement
Oh,
earlier this
it
week.
actually already happened.
I know it already happened, but I was saying for the future, because they stopped doing it for some time, but leading up to bigger blogs, they tend to do Discord stages
Hmm.
more often. So for anyone that doesn't know, it's essentially kind of like a live stream over on their Discord. So you'd have to join their Discord in order to participate.
Yeah,
But if you want to see live discussion of what's going on, then maybe you can catch one of them whenever they do come up.
cool.
Besides that, we have a shout out to another player, Port Kazard.
This is nuts.
Not the place, but the person. So Port Kazard actually came out with a video earlier this week. Kind of insane. Actually, one of probably the most impressive RuneScape videos of all time, in my opinion, obviously.
Yeah.
Where Port Kazard kills Zuck, in Inferno. Impressive enough. But they did it while tanking 4 majors, 3 rangers, Jad, as well as his healers and Zuck's healers, all at the same time. And you're like, oh, that's pretty impressive. But he did it with one prayer.
I I did you said you watched the video, right? Or
Yeah,
some of it?
yeah.
Is it RNG or is it like
No,
that?
not at all.
I was just like, do you actually tank some of it? Like, or he's just
No,
they're just prayerfully looking
I
like
didn't.
crazy.
I didn't see the whole thing, but he gets all of the similar type mobs on the same ticks, so he's blocking all of their hits respectively. That being said, he is tick flicking like I think every other tick, so
Oh my god.
it's definitely impressive. Even to line all of them up to begin with is, I think, pretty cool, and then to be able to kill Zuck while doing that is insane.
Actually, like kind of unbelievable.
Yeah, really, really insane. Besides that, some people have gotten their RuneScape Kingdoms role playing game, the tabletop role playing game, and consensus from a few more experienced players is that it's not very good. It does look really good, but some people say that they have problems with the rules. So,
Gameplay might not be it yet.
yeah, I don't have too much to say about that because I haven't played it, but just letting you guys know if you were maybe having some FOMO, maybe you're like, oh, I wish I got it whenever it was cheaper or something. Maybe you dodged a bullet. I think we'll have to see more reviews.
I do still wish that I tried it, but I wish like I could try it from someone else who bought it. Like I don't want to buy it now, but I do want to try it on someone else's money.
Yeah, the thing that
I'm fine with it.
they rated it very highly on is the aesthetic. It is a very good looking product.
It looks very pretty.
Besides that, I saw some people in the community asking why everyone is selling their high level gear. And it's because Varlamore is coming out very soon, actually 7 days from when we're recording this. And in Varlamore is going to be the Coliseum. And the Coliseum is really expected to be melee heavy. So everyone is selling, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are selling their high level range gear as well as some mage gear, just so that if it does tank in price, like the scythe went from 800 mil to 300 mil whenever TOA came out, they don't want that to happen, so
Yeah.
they're getting rid of it early.
But if you use your stuff, don't do this.
Yeah.
And it's very gambly as well. No one knows for sure what's going to happen in Coliseum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, another big post was people talking. There's actually a few posts about this. People talking about the Lazy King fishing method. So this is Lazy King because it is essentially once you've done Miscellanea and you're the king, you can sit.
You are the king, I forgot.
Yeah, you can sit there and you can fish off the dock. You don't get any loot or anything like that. But this year they made it so that you actually get full XP. Previously, you didn't. That being said, this is not. I don't know. This was in a Behe video, which is why people think it is a thing, but it is not a thing. People were saying that you could do this for 25 minutes until the logout timer. That's not true.
The spot does move.
The spot does move, so it's, and also the XP is not really good to begin with because it's swordfish.
So is it just like kind of hoping that the spot just doesn't spawn differently for you?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess
One
it's
person, I
probably
do
luck
think that
based.
someone could have just gotten really lucky and genuinely thought that this was like a viable method.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there are other methods that are very AFK. For instance, a lot of people suggested that if this intrigued you, with the Elite Diary in Wilderness, you can go get dark crabs for legitimately like 5 to 10 minutes at a time.
Just because you catch them so slow, right?
Yeah, because they go really slow. And also, it's really, really easy to note them. So it's like you literally just done fishing and then you double click, note, and then you're back. So, and people often don't go there because it is such deep wilderness.
I don't think I've ever gone there.
Besides that, if you go to like Karambans with a fish barrel, that is like 3 or 4 minutes of AFK-ness and those spots don't move. So besides that, the only other non-moving ones that I would recommend is right outside of Prifddinas. It's fly fishing, so it's lower rates, but it doesn't move.
Yeah, and barbarian fishing too is what I would do for a couple mins, but again, it's just all luck based if it despawns or not.
Yeah. Also, we mentioned Varlamore earlier. There were some really cool screenshots shared over on Twitter. I'd recommend checking them out if you can't wait. They show 4 new screenshots, 3 of the different boss rooms, as well as just a different gathering
A
room.
mysterious room.
Yeah, they look really cool, and if you want to sneak peek at what the bosses look like, then I'd recommend checking it out.
And that's for Perilous Moons.
Yeah,
Do they confirm that or it's just implied?
it is for Perilous Moons, and it's also over on the OSRS official Twitter.
And the gold one is so cool looking
Yeah.
whenever you see.
That's about it for any of the community highlights. I did screenshot a bunch of other stuff. Also another big Varlamore update.
yeah.
The actual map has been updated with a screenshot, or not with a screenshot. I have a screenshot of what Varlamore actually looks like, so you can see where the Hunters Guild is, lakes, as well as just different parts of the area. They show where the Coliseum is. So
It's on the wiki. I don't know if was it in game too?
I think it's on the wiki. I think it was probably data mined to some extent,
It looks
which is
so
it's very, very detailed, so you can check it out.
yeah.
But that's about it for community updates this week.
Cool. So we could get right into the God alignment prayer consultation and direction.
Right into it.
Cool. So later this year, as a reminder, they're going to be bringing back Gothic Sleeps, and with that, they want to bring some more like God stuff into the game, basically.
Yeah.
So, God alignment prayers were inspired by Ninja Pig's popular suggestion on Reddit, and it's basically new prayer sets that give special effects themed around their aligned gods. The first set, the Rites of Balance, will be rewarded for completing the OS version of While Gothic Sleeps, and somewhat unsurprisingly, they are Gothic themed. So if you guys don't remember, they actually did like do a poll and a survey. I don't know if it's a poll, but a survey about this, and 18,000 people, I guess, said that we were interested in it. So they wanted to talk a little bit more about what we'd be getting if we get the God alignment prayers. They're not going to go into specific numbers, but they do give us like a broad idea of how these would work. And eventually they would potentially be for every god in Gilnor, but for right now, I think they're just showing us for 4 different gods.
Yeah. They I think they plan on doing like 7 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah, there's just a lot of gods.
Yeah. So going into the lore and thematics, honestly, these are pretty self-explanatory. They just kind of use a lot of words to tell you that they're going to be themed around the gods that they're based upon.
Yeah.
So, for instance, Guthix was the god of rights or god of balance, for example. So they'd want to kind of base it around balance and peace and nature and stuff like that. For instance, Zaros was the god of control, and that was actually his undoing, apparently. So they want to base the ruinous powers around that as well.
Yeah, so it would be a different version of Ruinous Powers.
Yeah, because
it is pretty similar. We'll talk about the specific prayer soon.
yeah, and then the final one is going to be Saren. Saren stood for peace, growth, and light. So she sought to nurture her people, bringing harmony and cooperation, and so they hope to promote that in their prayers. Yeah, so those are the 3 for now. They are hoping to add additional ones, which include Saradomin, Zamorak, Armadil, and the big high war god Bandos.
Yeah, the standard ones, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, really, those are all the other ones. So I don't know what else they would add.
There's like V, the Fremennik one.
Oh,
V.
yeah, I guess so. V.
So they did put out a graphic on what they're all going to look like. I am not going to be able to read this as well, so I'm actually gonna skip the graphic. But they used Ninja Pig's help to like break down these new prayers and stuff too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they say they explicitly had
them help.
Yeah, had Ninja Pig work with them, and Ninja Pig was the originator of this idea, so that's, I guess, cool.
They better have paid them.
Probably not. Yeah. They're like, we'll mention you in the blog.
Yeah, rough. Honestly, I might take it too, though.
Yeah, if you are also struggling to read the small text that are these really cool looking images that have all the prayers on them, you can just scroll down like we're gonna do.
They're beautiful, but the light font and stuff, I just can't read it.
Yeah.
So first up, starting out with the Rights of Balance, this would be the Guthix alignment. And this alignment would be unlocked by completing while Guthix sleeps. They're unsure if they'd want to give us access to all the pairs immediately, but you could expect at least a couple to arrive as soon as the alignment is unlocked. So, the first of the prayers is called Strike Balance. Attacks have a X% chance to grant the player adaptation. Adaptation would be the new status that provides bonuses to accuracy and minimum hit on other combat styles for 1 attack. The attack will also be able to hit through prayer in all PvM situations and limited PvP situations. So, they say that this would probably be particularly good at Gauntlet or TOA.
Well, yeah, any boss that has overheads, especially.
Yes. Next is Neutrality. This decreases max hit by X% while raising minimum hit by Y%. Again, it's like they're even saying like the balance that Guthix is known for.
Yeah.
You're definitely hitting higher, but not as high as you used to.
Yeah, so yeah, it's
Consistent.
definitely a trade-off, right? So
That's their whole thing, trading off.
yeah, that'll be kind of interesting.
Nature's Redemption would be an overhead. So this would heal the user by 40% of their base level if they fall below 10% of their base hit points and drains their prayer points foily. This is just a different version of Redemption.
It's a more powerful version of Redemption.
It heals you more. I mean, I'm sure there's some reasons that you'd want to use Redemption and heal less, but I can't think of any.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last one from Guthix is Natural Succession, which is also an overhead. Damage above X% of the user's maximum hit point heals nearby allies by 0. Y. It's a Y.
Yeah.
By Y% of damage taken. Consumes prayer points per player healed.
This is kind of confusing because
I didn't even know how to read this.
How often are you getting hit for over 99?
Damage above of the maximum hit points. Not much. Yeah, it's basically if you get messed up, it'll heal your allies at least.
I just don't know. It says above the user's maximum hit points. So it's not like current hit points. Like if you have 50 and you get hit for 55, which definitely happens, but like if you have 99
You get hit for a
and you get
100.
hit for like 105, I don't even know when that would happen besides like very few times in the game.
Hmm.
Like, were you fighting Jad with a team or something?
I
But
will say, like, my main thought about some of these prayers is that they're overcomplicated. And this is one of the ones I think is weirdly, it's just kind of weird.
yeah, it's definitely really weird. And they said they're cautious about adding too much healing into the game, and so maybe I don't know. This is to
Maybe
combat that.
cooldowns.
Yeah, I don't know. Moving on to the ruinous powers. So everyone's should be familiar with these by now. These are going to be all the vows that were previously in the ruinous powers, but they are slightly changed.
Yeah, and you can only have one prayer from the roster activated at a time for these two. But you can combine them with normal prayers.
Yeah, exactly. So these
Interesting.
four, every one is going to be four prayers, and they all are in combination with the baseline prayers. You're not giving anything up besides the other alignments.
Yeah.
Um, Also, they say that. Oh yeah, so you can only have one of these active per time, specifically for the ruinous powers. So keep that in mind. So Umbra's vow attacks drain defense level by a percent of damage dealt, up to a percent of the target's minimum defense.
This is the only one that I think if I'm understanding this correctly, then in I use this a lot in leagues potentially. It's basically you can drain their defense.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like if you have a Dragon Warhammer, you could just use this.
yeah, I guess so.
Which might be too good, depending I'm imagining that you wouldn't be getting it as drained.
Well, the thing is, I think this can already happen if you're just using like shadow attacks, right? I think that's what shadow attacks do.
Yeah, but this one you could do with like even just meleeing, like with a fang. You would lower
Yeah,
their
I wonder if they
defense.
stack. But anyways, that's why I don't think it's OP, just because it's already existing in the game.
True. No one really uses that though.
I mean, some people probably
Yeah,
do.
I don't.
Like people that are like tanking in the wilderness, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You probably use lower defense stuff against them.
True.
The next one is Fumus's vow. Upon being poisoned, speaking of PKing, the user gains poison severity as an accuracy bonus for their next attack within a certain amount of ticks. So for
Poison makes you stronger.
yeah, I'm not going to go into how poison is calculated, but poison has its own calculations which dictate its severity. And so just whatever that is going to be added as your accuracy for the next however long.
Okay.
So this maybe could be good for people that are going for like ultra fast Zulra kills. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of niche.
Increase the poison.
Yeah.
This one's interesting.
So Glacey's vow gain a percent of defense bonus while the user is stood still.
So if you're like tanking bandos for your friends, you are getting more and more defensive while you sit there.
Yeah, so it says maintaining an icy stoicism in the heat of battle will earn you Glacey's favor. Pretty straightforward, honestly. I think is kind of cool.
I kind of like this one. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's too busted. I haven't read people's takes on it.
I think it's pretty good because you can really easily see how it would be used.
Yeah.
It's still niche, but I like how simple it is and effective it is.
Yeah, and it sucks when you're the tank and you die. It's very embarrassing.
Yeah, or just in general, like maybe you turn it on while you're sitting there tanking someone in PK or while you're
Oh, true.
PKing or something. Like you can use it to your advantage for sure.
Yeah, well, eat all my supplies.
Yeah. Uh, Finally, we have Cruor's Vow. After killing a target, convert a certain amount of prayer points into hit points. Pretty simple. I do they have something like this? Oh no, this is this. That reminds me of like Death Rush, but for hit points, right?
What's Death Rush?
Death Rush is the
Like
oh,
a spell?
it's not a prayer, it's a spell.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
remember.
yeah, it's the in the thrall.
Oh, yeah.
Prayer.
I don't think it's the thralls in that one, honestly.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is pretty simple. Makes it so you give up prayer points for hit points essentially, as long as you kill an enemy.
There'll have to be a limit on that, though.
Maybe. I mean, probably not. How
True.
often are you like killing mobs?
That reminds me of leagues. Didn't they have like one of the things was similar to that?
I don't. I don't know.
I don't
It
know.
does
This
seem
is
familiar. It
familiar,
does seem familiar. I
but I don't
mean,
know why.
yeah, I don't know. It does seem familiar though, for sure.
Next is the final one, Covenants of Light. This is the Saren alignment. And this will be unlocked if you've already completed Songs of the Elves.
Yeah, did I mention
Oh
in
yeah.
order to get the ruinous powers, it says it wasn't a reward from DT2, although they could be changing that because DT2 is already out
Yeah.
and already has other things it gives, so I don't know.
Yeah, they were mentioning it might be a retroactive reward, but
Yeah.
everything's still up in the air. This is all still just ideas right now, by the way.
Yeah, and all
Like,
these all
not
the
that serious yet.
it seems like all the places you'd expect these to be rewards from are the places you would get them.
Yes. So, yeah, the Sarin alignment. The first prayer is called Slumber. Negative effect timers such as bleed, poison, burn, disease, and venom are frozen while this prayer is
I think
active.
this is pretty cool.
That one's a cool one, and don't worry, it's not too busted because the stacking effects like poison will continue to build potency while it's frozen. So you could be like taking, like 2 poison damage, and it gets worse and worse, and you turn this prayer, and by the time that you turn it off, you're taking like 12 damage from poison.
Yeah,
So it's
maybe.
not it's not too good. You're not just like healing yourself immediately.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be good for. I mean, it could be good for like tanking or.
I was thinking this would be good for me. Like the first death that I had in leagues was because I got poisoned and I was trying to run to the store to buy stuff. I could have frozen it with this.
Yeah,
Kind of cool.
I like how they list things that I'm not too familiar with, like disease, burn, and bleed.
Bleed's new. Burn, no idea.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even.
I think I do burn some places and I don't remember where though. But I'll see in my chat and be like, what is that?
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm making that up.
I mean, is that like chambers? I know he says burn,
I
but
think so. You get the burn.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, that makes
Um,
sense. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know about disease and poison and venom are
Disease is like
pretty similar.
Sanfu's healing you, right?
Sanfu heals you of everything. I don't know.
I'm thinking of the quest, like the
Uh,
ogre quest.
I don't know.
No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I don't know. Let us know if there are other places you can get burned and diseased because
Yes,
apparently we need
please.
some help.
We know nothing. Next is the Crystalline Redemption. This would be an overhead. And it heals the player 25% of their base prayer level if they fall below 20% of their maximum hit points, draining their prayer points fully
Foily again.
again. This is another redemption.
Yeah,
It's just redemption.
it is.
Harmonize. Attacks apply vulnerability for 1 tick. And vulnerability is a new effect that would increase damage taken by X%. I do want to read a little bit more about this just to clarify because I still think it's kind of weird. This prayer rewards you for coordinating with your teammates, allowing you to deal extra damage when you all strike on the same tick. While this seems like a tricky feat, you'd be amazed time and time again by how well players can work together. Honestly, like Versic, when everyone's like in the zone and going in phase 2, you kind of are on the same tick.
Yeah.
But this cannot be activated with Guiding Strikes, which is the next prayer. Guiding Strikes, the final one. Attacking increases nearby allies' attack bonus by X% of the user's chosen combat style attack bonus. The length of the effect is linked to the user's weapon attack speed. This is too much. This is like overly complicated, I think.
Attacks increases nearby allies' bonus attack by a percent of the user's chosen combat style attack bonus. I guess this is kind of interesting,
Yeah, this
but
is encouraging equipment variety.
I was about to say that I think this is a very dangerous one of all of them because this is kind of giving rise to potential support builds because this normally would just be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone was, for example, able to um yeah, like maybe using like an obscure combat style like defense or I mean probably not defense, but like slash or something,
Yeah.
even you can like get your accuracy really high and then use this and then everyone would benefit from it and then you could swap off of it because you'd have to like use like a two-handed slash weapon with the warrior's ring which is like weird and then whatever necklace is best for that, so it's like
Yeah.
that could be interesting, but also it could be dangerous because there are games where there are entire characters that all they do is support their teammates, and I think that's kind of lame.
People have there's one in my chat that comes by that actually wants like more support roles, so she might like this.
Yeah,
For me it's weird and I feel like support stuff is hard in RuneScape because people will always just use it to
it's
support
easy. Yeah,
themselves with alts.
yeah, and it's easily abused.
Yeah, exactly.
It's especially tough for this game because this isn't a team game. No
It
matter how
could
much,
be.
yeah, no matter how much you want it to be, this isn't a team game outside of two things in the whole game: raids and BA. So
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, that's why it's tough.
Yeah, that is it for the first look at the proposed god alignments. I haven't seen the most positive feedback on it.
Yeah.
I think my main thought is that some of these are overcomplicated for no reason, but a couple of them sound nice.
Yeah.
Like the defense draining one, I think is cool. The pausing poison, but at the same time, I also don't know if they're too good.
Yeah. I don't know. I think some of them are a little weird and I can see them giving rise to like
Cheating the game.
I forgot the name of it. It's emergent gameplay is what it's called. Whenever like you put something in the game and then kind of unintended ways to use it. So emergent gameplay occurs. So
Just
for
everything in RuneScape.
for example, like Harmonize, it attacks apply vulnerability for one tick. Um, it doesn't say how like this would work, but yeah, like I mean, it would pretty much make it so like you'd have to have one person do it, and then all three of you or all four of you, like for example, in a raid, would then attack on the next tick. So because it would all have to be on the same tick, right? So
Yeah.
it's like you'd have to like work on lining that up or figure out what mathematically is the best extra DPS increase, and then I don't know. It's like interesting, but also it could be like really unintuitive or something like that. It just doesn't seem like I would want to play that way.
One criticism I saw was by Wraith. I think like last night, Wraith said that it kind of seems like they're just. Oh, I wish I remember how he said it. I should have taken a picture, but it's like they're adding in solutions to the game when no problem existed. Like this,
Yeah,
it's just unnecessary, really.
yeah. It does seem superfluous for a lot of these. For
Hmm.
example, a lot of the redemptions, like or
The redemptions are weird.
the two extra redemptions. I mean the redemption's already enough. We don't need more redemptions.
Yeah,
That'd be like putting in like additional overheads. Like we don't need more overheads.
like they were going to.
We already have those. So the only really interesting ones to me really is going to be like slumber.
Hmm.
Um, that
The
and
pausing, the
yeah,
the poison and stuff.
yeah, exactly. Also, on top of this kind of leads me to like one of the things that is most concerning for me is like they really, in my opinion, obviously,
Yeah.
didn't really stick to the theme of each god.
Oh,
Because like Saren is the god of like peace and stuff, so slumber kind of makes sense.
I mean the healing, the vulnerability. Well, they say about the vulnerability when all your team's on the same tick. Kind of makes sense too because it says about harmony and like being one. So your team all working together. It's not very peaceful, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was like, you're working together to kill something, so I don't know
Yeah.
about that. Also, just because you put crystalline right before the word redemption doesn't make it Saren.
It's just
Uh,
redemption.
that's just redemption. And guiding strikes, that just doesn't make any sense.
It's just Saren is just like would be support
Yeah, I can
for
see how
real.
like you like, oh, I'm buffing my team, so that is Sareny, but it's not. I mean, that's Saren was about cooperation. I mean,
Harmony.
kind of a harmony, but like, it just seems like kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
and also, I guess that kind of leads into the next thing where like all these things kind of just seem, not all of them, to be fair. Like I said, some of them do seem interesting, but a lot of them kind of just seem like DPS increases and not
Hmm.
like really interesting. Like, I mean, realistically, you're gonna find one of the three that does the most DPS, and you're just only gonna use that.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but the thing is, the other two don't offer something that would make you want to switch to them ever. So,
Hmm.
like, if vulnerability is the meta in TOB and TOA, which I'm guessing it would be, I don't know what would make you want to change to Guthix, for example.
Yeah. I mean, it could just be kind of how it is now. You go to certain places and you're like, here I take my thralls. This other place I take vengeance.
Yeah. Whereas,
It
like,
always ends up being a meta. I mean, it's like
yeah,
impossible
of
not
course
to
there's going to
grind.
be a meta, but that's why I'm kind of in favor of like having different purposes for different ones.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying this is the answer, but like for instance, if there was like one more leaning towards skilling, then you could be like, "Oh, I feel like skilling, let me change my prayers real quick." It it would be annoying because it's like it walks that line of like, oh, this is now required if you want to do skilling,
True.
but also it would make it so you'd actually choose that ever, as opposed to unlocking it and being like, all right, cool. I guess I'll just never look at this ever.
Yeah.
So
It's
I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't really know what they could add instead, but I'd say it needs a little bit of work.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people, I saw this sentiment, and I generally agree. I liked the original ideas more.
Oh, the original Reddit post.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
original photo post. They seemed more unique and interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it. There is a survey.
I'm seeing the most positive things, but yeah, there's a survey. If you do like it, you could go and like let them know what you think.
Yeah, to ask about your type of account that you'd like to play, what you'd be interested in. So make sure to go do that, and that's built into the news page if you're trying to look for it.
Next up is the Project Rebalance Part 1 Skilling. So if you guys remember back in December, we went over how there wanted to be a Project Rebalance with a bajillion things in the game, and we're gonna start with some skilling. Some
Yep.
of the worst skill in the games. First is agility.
Yeah, so this is supposed to make everything more fun.
Yeah, and these are all again just ideas. They're not pulled yet, I don't believe.
No, they're not pulled yet.
Yeah, it's just the like introduction to the idea.
Yeah. Also, this does remind me that we forgot to go over the polls from last time.
Oh,
Yeah, you remember them?
no, not really. Was it the results?
Yeah, there it was the
Or
results. I
something
forgot.
else?
No, because you remember how it was a lot of the wilderness stuff, the agility courses.
Oh my gosh, that poll ended?
Yeah, that poll ended.
I don't know the
I
results.
think a lot of them. We'll look it up.
I'll
Actually,
look it up. You go for agility and I'll look it up.
okay, you'll look it up. I was all like, yeah, we should definitely look at. I remembered seeing it, and I was like, oh wait,
Think about that.
I know one thing that didn't pass, and it was, or one thing that did pass that surprised me was wilderness agility.
It did.
It did.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look it up. You go over this.
Okay. So the first thing is going to be agility. This is probably one of the ones that has made people talk the most in the community,
People need agility.
the most discussion. So, like I said, I'm just going to kind of sum this up because this can be kind of a very wordy blog in general. So, the first part is going to be agility courses, everyone's favorite rooftops. Um, and it's kind of funny. So they just made it so that 1 to 99 is more smooth and makes more sense. Is essentially what it boils down to. That could have just been the whole notes right there.
Yeah.
But to be a little more specific, previously Draenor Village Rooftop was level 10 minimum,
This one is actually nice.
and now it is level 1. It is actually the very first one that you can do.
It makes way more sense.
Previously, Gnome Stronghold was going to be the first one that you needed, or like most people, you would just do quests.
Yeah.
So now you're going to be able to start off at Draenor Village and then level up through all the typical ones that you'd like: Gnome Stronghold, Al-Kharid, Varrock, Penguin Agility, all the typical ones. Making it so that every time you level up, it is an improvement to the place you're currently at. So for instance, if you go from Gnome Stronghold to Al-Kharid, that's a 2000 XP increase. And then from there to Varrock, it's another 2000 XP increase. And then I'm mainly focusing on the rooftop ones.
Yeah.
And then from there to Canifis, it's 5000 XP. And they did say that in general,
This isn't any different.
yeah, Canifis is not any different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just I'm just talking about the increases.
Oh,
Yeah, so they are steadily increasing to making it so that every 10 levels you can expect new scenery,
yeah.
which is not how it's been for quite some time.
But some of it's in a bad way. They nerfed a course.
Yeah, so the big thing that everyone is really sad about is they nerfed Sears Village Rooftop. For anyone that doesn't know, Sears Village Rooftop for the longest time, especially and really specifically, if you have the Kandarin Hard Diary, it allows you to teleport right in front of the rooftop course, allowing you to complete it much faster.
Yeah.
That gives you around nearly 60,000 XP, nearly 59,000 XP, which is best in slot training method from 60 to 90. So,
Jesus. Other than a werewolf agility, which no one wants to do. No one likes to go there. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Werewolf is well, it's also 60, but 69,500. You do need a ring of cheras though.
Yeah, you do
That's
need
a
a ring,
deterrent.
and there's really no loot, and it's
And
kind
yeah,
of the worst.
that aside though, they did nerf Sears, so it used to be with the hard diary 58,900, and now it would go down to 55,000 an hour.
Yeah, so just under the Hallowed Sepulchre floors 1 and 2, and actually just under Polnivnich, which is actually just above Polnivnich, sorry, which is at 52,300, but that is 10,000 more than Sears without the diary. So it is still an increased step,
Yeah.
which is how they wanted it.
They also are adding something. I mean, I don't know if this was a thing before because it says not applicable, but Relica rooftop course with the Fremi hard diaries would be 65K
Yeah.
an hour, which is interesting.
So they that is something that we have to discuss
Yeah.
because they are going to add more diaries to make it so that you can really choose other places other than Sears.
They're not adding more diary stuff, right? They're just adding more rewards.
Yes, they're adding more rewards. So they say at the bottom here, these changes will smooth out the XP rates between courses, give rooftop courses steadier progression, and reward those of you who have kept up with your achievement diaries with even better rates. Boosted diary rates also let us improve some of the high-level courses like Polnivnich and Relica, where we currently see players giving up on the grind.
No one wants to be stuck there.
Yeah, exactly. So they are adding, or they're planning to add some additional Kandrin hard diary style improvements to other diaries, such as Fremnik hards
Nice.
and Desert hards.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. So this really made people upset, but I mean, it is kind of like obviously something that needed to happen.
Yeah.
And it's funny because a lot of people are upset that they nerfed Sears, but
They buffed Artie by 7,700 an
yeah,
hour.
yeah.
Just saying.
So a lot of people were mad that they nerfed Sears, which doesn't make any sense to me because at the end of the day, you're still running laps.
Mm-hmm.
So my main
They're just
concern
used to it, I guess.
is that this doesn't make it any more fun.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be some bonus reward thing. It says at the bottom too, like a couple more changes they want to make is adding marks of grace to all regular agility courses, including Penguin, Barbarian, Shazian, Apital, Wilderness, and Werewolf courses. So that's a bonus, and remove various points of failure towards the end of the agility course, specifically Canifis.
Specifically
Yeah,
Canifis.
they call it Canifis.
You can fail right before the end of Canifis.
Yeah, so they're not making it more fun, but they add those little things.
Yeah.
Those are small quality of life, though. To be honest, I wouldn't consider that rebalancing.
It's funny because I feel like if you think about it, this whole thing makes sense and I'm totally fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
The part that doesn't make sense to me is literally the first like
The first paragraph.
10 sentences they say. So they start off by saying agility, love it or hate it. It's one of the most impactful skills in RuneScape. And they go on to say in the next paragraph, despite this, it's not exactly a fun skill to train. We think you can all relate to the feeling of dread as you level up and see how many laps to go till your next milestone. On top of that, some of the shortcuts aren't so useful, and the boost to run energy is very subtle.
So it's very important, except for
Yeah, so they're like, it's one of the most impactful skills, except not. And then
it doesn't impact anything.
they even go further and say, our changes to agility are simple. We're tweaking the numbers to better position different activities and unlocks while identifying prime candidates for shortcuts that make training the skill worthwhile. We don't plan to significantly adjust the skill's progression or the speed at which you gain levels. So it's funny, they're all like, oh, on top of that, or they say, we think you can all relate to the feeling of dread, and then they just don't do anything about that. It's not like they removed laps from the game.
To be fair, I don't know what they could do. They have Sepulchre.
They could give you more XP.
Yeah, they just want us to go to Sepulchre.
Like, my main concern for them nerfing Sears wasn't that they nerfed Sears, it's that the grind is still just as long as it ever was.
I agree.
So it's, and someone, actually Mod Husky took the time and gave a very long synopsis on their their reasoning behind this,
I'm
and
gonna have to read it.
it all makes sense. And shout out to Husky for taking the time to do that. But at the very end, he asks, "Is construction a good skill because it gives you a lot of XP?"
Construction's a bad skill, I would say.
Construction is a bad skill,
It's
but do you
literally a
know
skill,
why it's better than agility?
but
Because it's
it's
over
XP.
faster.
Yeah.
So it's like not only do you give us a bad skill, but make it take as long as possible, agility being one of the longest grinds in the game. So that's why it's like you're picking how bad you want something to be, not how good you want something to be. Very different.
There's a couple more changes for agility. The Brimhaven agility course would have a lot of changes all of a sudden. So, to make it more suitable for its target audience of players with 40 plus agility, wait.
Oh, are you okay?
No, I'm not. I'm confused. Oh, they're just trying to make the XP better. So it's a reasonable drop off point where other methods pull ahead. Okay, because right now no one really goes there.
Yeah.
Make up for the lacks of marks of grace with competitive XP rates for the level range, suitable for a high intensity skilling method. Add some polish and reduce frustrations. The current ticket system heavily punishes failure and doesn't feel all that great when interacting with the arena at the lower end of its intended level range. In leagues, it was very frustrating to be low level and you can't get any tickets.
Yeah.
Encourage people to play on the same world to add a social element to the skill. More on that soon. You have thoughts?
Yeah.
So, some specifics based on that last list. They want to update various traps to feel more responsive and smooth, adjust fail rate so that Agility Arena is better suited to its intended level range, give players a flat XP rate when handing tickets into Jackie the Fruit, instead of an XP rate that scales with Agility level, give players XP when they obtain tickets, scaling with Agility level and every 10 levels. Players currently don't get XP for obtaining the tickets. If you guys didn't know that, you have to turn the tickets in. It's kind of weird. Every X tickets obtained, players receive a Brimhaven store voucher, which can be exchanged for any of the non-XP rewards from Pirate Jackie the Fruit store. This means that you no longer have to choose between XP and other rewards on offer, which was a mega weird thing that you had to do before, now that I think about it.
It's cool. This will make it so it'd be better for Iron Man to get Snapdragons or whatever it is.
Yeah, and for me to get the outfit. Add Amelie's crystals to Pirate Jackie the Fruit store. Remove the red ticket system, meaning you will always get a ticket for your first pillar. Right now, the first pillar doesn't count. It's like, all right, you started your streak. Good luck.
Yep.
To prevent world hop metas, logging out or hopping worlds will now place players outside the arena. On a Brimhaven agility themed world, this is the one that we're not sure about.
This is the one that
the rest, to be fair, I like. I think it's good. I think it would make it more fun. So the first player to touch a pillar in these worlds will get an extra chunk of XP and a little hyping up in game. This will improve on the social element of the skill and make the whole thing just a little bit more fun. We plan to start with just one world and see how popular the arena comes before adding more, and potentially add sub-arrows after you touch your main arrow pillar, and this would allow players who want to put the extra effort to squeeze in a little more XP out of the activity.
That's cool.
You made a good point out of the extra XP for being the first person.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't. I thought it was counterintuitive because you want it to be a like mass world, like kind of competitive team group event. But the thing is, you would only ever have the first person get rewarded.
Yeah. Everyone's just gonna find their own world.
Chances are, if there's 10 people there, which I think would be on the low end, you're never going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe you would get it, maybe you're just the best player or something like that. But chances are you're not going to get it. So it's like, that just makes it so like, all right, cool. Well, I'm not going to get it. So I might as well just mindlessly follow the group, which would be cool. But you're not going to see that extra XP.
Yeah, I think it wasn't a bad idea. Like, it is fun to race people, but people hate agility. Agility is not a fun skill.
Yeah.
They're going to go do whatever's faster.
Yeah, not only is it demoralizing knowing that you're not going to get it, but it's also like it incentivizes you finding a themed world that's empty.
Yes.
Which is exactly the opposite of what you wanted.
Yeah.
So
I think that it could be better if you maybe got like an extra store voucher or something instead of XP, but that also could be too good because Snapdragons are there.
Yeah. Also, I think a bad change was giving the players a flat XP rate when handing in tickets. The reason I think this is bad is I think it should be a tapered system.
How was it before?
I don't know how it was before, but I think before it scaled on your level.
Yes.
But I think it should be tapered in a different way. Because what this does is makes it so this feels good early on, but then obviously tapers off as, let's say, 100 XP means less to you.
Yes, true.
So what I would think would be better is it does your level plus the, I don't know, plus however much early on, and then that plus however much tapers off until it's just your level.
Interesting.
Because then it would still feel good early on, and then it would feel good later when your level is much higher than whatever the plus something was.
Yeah.
Because let's say the plus something was plus 30 XP, and then it scales down until it's even, and then it goes back up again. So it's kind of like a, a curve that goes down and then back up as your level increases.
It's an emotional roller coaster of agility.
Because if it's flat, why would you ever go here past, the break point?
Exactly.
Because it's going to get to a point where it's like, oh, everything else is better than this. Why would I ever do
Well,
this?
they say like they just don't want you to stay in the same place forever. They want you to mix up your agility grind.
Yeah, but then you're just creating dead content.
It's true.
Like, I mean, it'll be cool getting to Jackie at level 40, and then it's like, oh, I'm level 60. I guess I'll never see this place ever again in my whole life.
Yeah.
Which is like, not how you generally want things to go. And it's like, if you can avoid that, cool, which I think you could do here.
Next up is some agility shortcuts that they're talking about adding. They're actually like really, really cool, to be honest. Before the changes to those, there's some that they want to remove the achievement diary requirements. I'll just list a couple, not all of them, but some of the ones that mean the most to me is the Lumbridge to Draenor narrow tunnel would no longer require a diary requirement. The Karamja Shiloh Village stepping stone wouldn't, and the Desert Al Kharid Palace window. None of these would require diary anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that they required diary, but they are really good shortcuts, so I'm happy for other people.
Yeah, definitely cool.
Some other shortcuts that they want to adjust is making that narrow tunnel move it south and speed it up.
That's cool.
That is cool. The Shiloh Village stepping stone requirement would be lowered from 77 to 32 agility. That is huge.
Yep, definitely makes sense.
The mysterious pipe on the way to Alchemical Hydra would be sped up considerably. Right now it's mega long for no reason. And then the Brimhaven Dungeon stepping stones towards the Red Dragons requirement will go from 83 to 56. Some of these requirements were like really high.
Yeah.
A few new ideas that they have for shortcuts. Fossil Island, you can zip line from the house on the hill towards the small island next to the underwater farming, and that would require 58 agility.
A lot of people memed about that for a long time, so they were happy to see that it got put in the game.
It's funny. For Waterbirth Island, a shortcode would be added to speed up access to the Dagannoth Kings, requiring 85 agility. But unfortunately, this would probably be after the Throne Act special area.
I think this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Robert's annoyed by that one. Add a shortcut entrance exit to the north of Shiloh Village, requiring 79 agility. And adding a shortcut near Alain's tree patch next to Falador and Taverley, which is, as someone who does that farming run every day, that would be really nice.
I don't think that saves that much time, though.
Oh, it does. It would.
There's a lake right there. You can only make it so close to Falador.
You wouldn't get it.
I mean,
You need to watch me farm tonight, and I'll explain.
No, I'm good.
But that is it for the agility. We can move on to thieving.
All right, so we are back. It is the next day. We thought we could have raced through the stuff, but obviously there's kind of a lot of notes in this blog.
Yeah, actually, some new notes have come out. So we're going to continue going through the skilling like normal, but there are some changes already to the prayer alignment blog, and we are just going to go back over that again a little bit after the skilling.
Yeah, it's fairly brief, so we'll go after the skilling.
Yeah.
Also, before we went into the break, Michelle was looking for and found the poll results that that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Should we just mention that after the prayer alignment?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Basically, this is a readjusting the docket.
Yeah. So we will finish with the skills that we're going into, which is thieving, and then we'll go into the feedback update for the alignments that we just went over. And then we will finish off with the results of the last poll that we mentioned earlier.
Sorry about the changes. I actually really get frustrated whenever they release updates the day that's like the second day we're recording. So we can't just like not record. It's like, okay, well now we have to mention it.
Yeah. Slight spoiler alert. I mean, it kind of makes me feel justified because like we weren't really on board. And they've made changes because we weren't the only ones that felt that way.
Yeah, the changes have me feeling more hopeful about it.
Yeah. Anyways, going into thieving, it's actually kind of more of the same for thieving as far as in comparison to agility, where they
Yeah.
tried to smooth out the leveling experience a little bit more. So they made it so that Yanil Watchmen, Paladins, Gnomes, Heroes, and the Czar all give much more experience
Yeah. So that way
at the required level.
you're not only staying at knights forever.
Yeah, because for
It's
anyone
actually
that
worth it.
anyone that doesn't know, essentially, as soon as you hit 50 or 55, whatever it is, you're going to go to RD Knights, especially if you have the diary, and you're pretty much just going to stay there until probably 99.
Yeah.
But this actually gives you some really good other options because there are, for example, buffing gnomes by an additional 40 or 57,000 XP an hour from
Yeah.
102,000 to 159,000 XP an hour. So that might be intriguing enough to not just stay in South Arty Bank.
It's actually giving incentive to mix it up a little bit, which is nice.
Yeah. Then also, if you're wondering about the rates, they go through the rates for all the ones that I mentioned, as well as at the requirements and at 99. Beyond that, they have stalls.
Yeah, so stalls isn't something that people really do. Mostly, like it said, outside of early levels in the odd pet grind, stalls have too long a respawn time to be worth engaging with, even when targeting a specific resource. So they aim to breathe new life into the marketplace, and this is aimed at more casual players. It's not going to be the best XP, but they are significantly improving XP at all the spawns and changing it so they spawn quicker.
Yeah,
You don't have to wait forever.
they do have like kind of a summary saying that this isn't meant to be, in opposition
XP.
of pickpocketing. You're not doing this as opposed to doing pickpocketing. It's like if you need crossbows or silver or spices and you are at a stall, it's not going to feel as bad because one, things are going to respond a lot faster. For instance, if you are stealing spice, it has a 64 game tick respawn currently, which is getting moved down to 10.
Okay, and also spice. Currently, you get 7,400 XP an hour, and it's gonna be 50,000.
Yeah.
So it's not game-changing amounts of XP by any means, but if you need this resource, they're actually rewarding you an appropriate amount for it.
Yeah. Or I mean, I guess if you get tired of it or maybe you want to farm the pet, then you can just get some more experience while you do either of those things.
Yeah, I didn't realize that their XP rates were so bad until I saw this chart.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
It's really, really bad. The only one that I think is even relatively okay is the one that I did on my Iron Man that was the first 50 I got on my Iron Man, which was thieving at the fruit stalls in Kandarin.
I don't think this one's even on
Or
here
not
because
Kandarin.
that's like
Isaiah.
Hasidius.
Yeah.
That's not even on the list because that's actually the only okay one, probably.
Yeah, probably the only okay one. But yeah, that's really it. I'm not gonna go over all the numbers. There's a list of like 13 here or something like that. So
Link is out in the episode description.
yeah, I'd recommend checking that out if you enjoy stalls.
Moving on to Slayer. Slayer is an OS classic, but newer players are often confused by its popularity. After all, the earlier levels suck. They suck. I hated
Yeah.
Slayer.
It's a little tedious.
When I got 99, I loved Slayer. Up until like 92, though, I hated it. I despised it.
Yeah, honestly don't really mind it. I've never gotten it that high, but I've never minded it in general.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Their proposals aim to improve the early game Slayer experience by removing some more annoying Slayer tasks. We'd also like to help newer Slayers stock up on points by reducing the kill counts in earlier tasks, which should smooth out the transition into the fun bits of the skill. Because as is now, if you are new to the skill and you have like a 150 something that you have to go and kill, like it's pain.
Yeah.
It's pain. And if it's early level, you shouldn't be getting that much. So they're not removing like mobs from the game, but they are removing a bunch of stuff from specific Slayers Masters list.
Yeah, we're not going to go over all of them because it is a lot of them,
It's a lot.
but say the Slayer Master's name?
Mazchna.
Mazchna.
Who even is that?
Or is it like one of those tricky names where it's like Mazkana? Or is it
Mazchna.
really tricky
Mazchna.
and it's just like Makna? No Z sound.
I don't even know who this is.
Anyways, they are removing a lot of mobs, probably about one from however you say the M Slayer Master's name that no one goes to. Vanica and Cheldar are all getting a lot of reductions.
A lot of dragons are being removed, which is nice because that early, like, you really don't want to be killing dragons.
Yeah, Vanica and Cheldar are both seeing over 10 changes to their Slayer list, including a lot of dragons. Smaller things like lizards, cave bugs, killer watts that are really annoying. wall beasts, stuff like that. Just really all the annoying ones that you might not want to ever go to
Yeah.
are getting removed.
Yeah. So they'll only be available at higher level Slayer mobs, I'm assuming.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can expect to see a lot more hill giants, lava giants,
Whatever else they
yeah,
have.
whatever else they have. I think,
Rats.
uh, yeah, probably rats. Also calphites and stuff like
I
that.
don't even
So
remember the last time I went to Vanica, and I've never gone to Childer before.
yeah, I went to Vanica until I don't know, and until I could go to Neve for sure.
Me
But
too.
I think I was able to go to Neve for a while. I actually kind of
No,
liked Vanica.
I think I liked going to Vanica before Neve, and then when I started getting used to Neve, I never wanted to go to Durdell. I was like, no, I like Neve, and then
Yeah,
I just go Durdell.
yeah, I've gotten used to Duradel as
Yeah.
well. Also, they end off by saying that this means that lower level players will complete tasks faster and unlock their block lists nice and early in a more organic way than current Terrail boosting meta. That's cool, but also I kind of think like boosting is kind of part of the skill. So, uh, I mean, obviously that's still going to be part of the skill, but I guess maybe just to less of an extent.
Yeah, I did make a video on Slayer point boosting before too. Just look it up on YouTube if you want to see how to do it. It's really easy.
Yeah, if you want to get into Slayer or if you're into Slayer and you don't know what boosting is, then you are going to definitely need to look that up.
I didn't know till I was like in my 90s. Like I would never skip task. Or
Yeah,
I'd never have a lot of points.
yeah, definitely skip tasks.
Yeah. So there's also some interesting Slayer monster changes. Killer Watts, they're gonna have their range defense reduced from +20 to -10.
Yep.
Big difference.
It's funny because kilowatts are some of the mobs that are getting removed from a couple, or at least Vanica's list
Yeah. Killer Watts are kind of annoying to get to. They're the ones like the little
in the chicken lair.
yeah, they're in the chicken lair, they're little lightning circles. People skip them a lot. They literally had to have an epilepsy warning previously because
And
it's pain.
they reduced the effects, and then they still have the epilepsy warning, and then they reduced it again, and now have removed the epilepsy warning.
I'm sure that someone else will have a seizure and they'll have to change it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe you should just fix that room.
Anytime there's a flash, probably just have an epilepsy warning or remove it from your game.
I just don't have a flash. But anyway, they also have a new chance to drop grounding bolts, which are an equivalent to Mithra bolts but deal 30% bonus damage against electrical creatures, aka only killer watts so far.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
Yeah, there's 3 of these items, and it pretty much all just, or sorry, there's 2 of these items, and for each of their uses, they make killing these annoying enemies much faster. So
There's 3 of them. Well, they didn't
no,
make that one faster. Never mind.
yeah, I was all like, there's no extra items dropping from them. But the next one, which you're talking about, is Fever
Yes.
Spiders. They didn't add a new item to Fever Spiders, but they're giving them an actual loot table. So you're not going to expect to get a lot of money, but it's just not going to feel really bad when you go to them, or
Who
at
wants
least
to
less bad.
kill a Slayer mob and get literally nothing at all? Not
Well,
even like a single Earth rune?
I mean, that's kind of how it is for,
Early level.
yeah,
Well, that's why people don't like it.
yeah, unfortunate.
Finally is Cave Bugs. They have a new chance to drop the Bug Basher, a new degradable weapon that breaks after 1,000 uses, as a 3-tick attack rate and a minimum hit of 5 against bugs. And this weapon would rely on us actually defining bugs as a class of NPC. We could roll this out to spiders, the Nilos. If it gets more legs than charisma, it just might make the cut. There is a survey question on this exact topic, so let me know what you guys think. Personally, I think that they should just do something like how they do with other ones, where you just like buy something from a Slayer Master and buy an unlock that's like automatically smash the bug or something. Well, I guess
I
that's not
guess
the
so.
issue, is it?
I kind of think that they should like kind of expand this, because so they have demon. I just thought of this, so this might be a terrible idea.
Okay.
But they have demon bane weapons, which is what inspired this for me.
Bane now. An
Sure.
electric.
An electric bane and cave bug bane. So I was thinking, why don't they just make like a low level bane style weapon for Slayer specifically?
Oh, just like for all these little baby ones.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
I think
like,
it's just because they're assuming they'll add more stuff later on. You know, the killer watts, they'll probably want to add something with electrical weakness now.
I mean, all they're doing is speeding up the task that no one wants to do. But the thing is, no one wants to do any low level Slayer because they want to get to high level Slayer. So, no one, I mean, besides dragons, which they removed from a lot of them,
Dragons suck.
I feel like maybe there should be like some kind of low level Bane style weapon that just works for like maybe there'll be like, oh, this is the Slayer's sword or the Slayer's, you know,
Something.
yeah, saber or something like that.
I don't know. Might be too busted, honestly.
Yeah. I
Goes for
mean, I
everything.
guess so. But the thing is, uh, I'm struggling because like obviously it's a long, like kind of boring grind, which I want to avoid. But that's like kind of the whole skill. So I
It's
don't
kind of the
know.
whole game.
But yeah, it's because let me. Okay, a good for me a good assignment from Vanica is
Fire
fire
giants.
giants. And
Yeah, I
the
like the boss
reason they're good
gens.
is because I go to what's it called? I go to the waterfall quest into that area because no one really goes there, and you can safe spot them, and I just sit there for the next 55 minutes or however long it takes and just AFK bolt them down with with a rune bolt, and that's like the content,
Yeah.
which I mean isn't super engaging. And if you could just get through that faster with like a melee weapon that is pretty good, then I would just do that.
I don't know. I don't agree with you on this one.
That's fine.
But I also don't have strong feelings about it. So
Okay.
I just think it would be. I like their ideas. The bug basher is the only one that I'm actually hesitant about.
Yeah, and for anyone wondering about, it says it has a minimum hit of 5. It doesn't roll between. I don't know how important this is to people, but it was specified that it rolls between 5 and its max hit, not 0 and its max hit. But it
Okay.
does have an accuracy roll as well, just like every other weapon.
Yeah, the minimum hit's interesting.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next skill, which is
Yeah,
mining.
this is actually probably the coolest upgrade of any of the skills, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
get into it.
Mostly because I like Motherload Mine.
This would make me like it slightly more.
Yeah, so mining is going to be the next skill. They're not overhauling it. This is just going to be a little bit of a, boost to
Some
current
smaller
activities.
changes.
Yeah.
But kind of a lot
Um,
of them.
yeah. They definitely say that they want to do more, but they're not ruling out a wider rework down the line. They're just trying to maximize what they have currently. So with that in line, they say mining minigames and activities that are going to be upgraded include Motherlode Mine, Volcanic Mine, Blast Mine, the Amethyst Guild, Gem Mining, Sandstone Mining, and Regular Mining are all
And
getting
then
upgraded,
Volcano as well, which is its own whole thing.
and Volcano as well.
So one at a time.
Yeah, starting off with Motherlode
Right.
Mining, they're making it so all of the floors, top and bottom, are getting the same treatment as top. I don't know why I said all, but
Yeah,
anyways, the bottom floor is getting the same vein treatment as the top. So it's not going to matter how long or how lucky you are. Whenever you start mining a vein, it'll go for a certain amount of time, between 23 and 27 seconds.
yes.
And if you're on the upper floor, they last about twice as long.
36 to 40, yeah.
Yeah. And this makes it really nice because then everyone can just, there's that meme where it's like 59 like bathroom stalls or like
And then
like
you go to the same
urinals,
one as you.
and they go to the one right next to you or even the same one you're on. It's like, why are you here?
Yeah, it
You're
won't matter
ruining my
there.
life. So now it won't matter because actually for anyone that doesn't know, the best method when it is like this, where it's timed, everyone just goes to the same one. Um,
Everyone still goes to different ones, by the way.
yeah, of course.
Just used to it.
This is going to make it way nicer. On top of that, they're making it so that coal is going to provide XP when revealed. I actually didn't know that coal didn't give XP. Apparently, it's just the ores currently.
Really weird.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Also, they're making it so the default sack has an upper limit of 107, not at 80. So that's actually really
That is
cool.
really nice.
They added a super hopper for only 50 gold nuggets, down from 100. So you can.
No, this is new.
Oh yeah, okay,
It's
okay.
introduced.
Yeah, sorry.
This one's cool, but I don't know if it's too good.
No, it's cool.
Okay.
So they added a super hopper, which costs 50 additional golden nuggets, and this allows you to deposit pay dirt from the upper level, which is going to save you a lot of running.
Yeah, a lot. I
Oh.
thought you were like down from 100. I was like, this never existed.
No, I was thinking of because you can upgrade the sack
Oh,
to
okay.
like allow you to put twice as much in there. But
You can?
yeah, you didn't know that?
I don't think I ever did that. Unless it's a green log. I don't think it is.
No, it's not a green log.
I only do stuff in the green log and I
Yeah,
left.
I think it's like 100 nuggets, and it'll like double how much pay dirt you can put in before you can get it out.
What?
Yeah. You have to talk to Whiskey Pete or whatever his name is.
I'm convinced you're making this up.
Yeah. I've never paid for it. I've just seen it because
Okay.
100 gold nuggets is too much. Anyways, they say that they reduced the upper level unlock to 57. It's currently, I think, 72. Adjusted the Falador hard diary task to only require one piece of prospectors, down from the whole outfit, which is a
Significant time save.
huge time save.
Yeah,
And they
that
also,
grind was really pain. I just wanted to go to mole.
yeah, speaking of that grind, the whole thing's going to be better because they made it so they improved obtaining gold nuggets so players don't feel they need to hand in pay dirt 9 at a time, which is the optimal amount.
There should never be an optimal amount. It should
Yeah.
be the more you put, the more you get.
Yeah, a lot of people were confused because that's how it was in leagues as well. They were
Yeah.
like you're supposed to get double the amount, so people would put in, a full inventory, 97 or whatever pay dirt, and they'd get like, 8 nuggets, and they're like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, this isn't the correct
During
amount.
leagues, I was just doing 12 at a time,
Yeah,
which was really annoying to have to go and run back to the hopper that many times.
yeah, exactly. So now hopefully you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all of those are really good changes. I don't dislike any of them,
I think they're pretty
actually.
decent ones. Yeah. Next up is Volcanic Mine. We're exploring ways to make solo play more viable while by removing some of the guesswork while ensuring that team and group play is still the most efficient way to earn points and XP. They're adding the Prospector's outfit to Petrified Pete's shop. That one's huge to actually have a active way to grind the Prospector's outfit.
Yeah.
Very cool. Removing the kudos requirement and the requirement to claim rewards from building up the Fossil Island camp. Those requirements were painful, so that's massive. These changes are supposed to give players more reason to engage with VM by presenting a faster way to get your hands on the Prospector's outfit, and by improving the viability of solo play. We're also encouraging players to explore different roles at their own pace, with the end goal of finding a team and maximizing your gains.
Yeah, I think that's good
Yeah.
overall.
VM is really fun, actually.
The thing that I actually brought up to you, which is something I still think they need to fix because it's the main reason I don't want to go to Volcanic Mine, is you can still be griefed by other players.
Yeah.
Um,
If someone's there purposely trying to mess with you, you guys will just lose the round and die. And you
Yeah.
don't get the extra XP if you die.
Yeah, so until they fix that, I won't go because probably I don't have many things I dislike in games, but one of the top 3 is people wasting my time.
Griefing is the weirdest thing. It's like they're wasting their own time too. It just is weird.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to grief me and it doesn't waste my time, I don't care. But yeah, I don't have a lot of time, so when it's wasted, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Lastly, we have Blast Mine, something I've always wanted to do.
Lastly.
Well, lastly, as far as the big changes,
Okay.
I've always wanted to try Blast Mine.
I've never tried Blast Mine, honestly. I
I
don't even know
want
what
to.
it is.
I want to. So they added more good quote unquote layouts per world. This means more layouts similar to the commonly used quote unquote 6 vein spot within a reasonable distance of a deposit.
We know what that
Marginally,
means.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of what they're doing with the sandstone and granite quarry. Kind of skipping ahead, they're adding more spots for that as well.
Spoilers.
So it'll make it more viable for more players.
Yeah. I know nothing about Blast Mine. I was joking. I don't know what that means. Like,
No, I'm just guessing there is
Yeah.
a good, however many
Yeah.
spots. They also made it so you get 10% more XP generally. They reduced the shop price of dynamite so that irons could feasibly buy it instead of having to just like go find dynamite because they can't afford it. They also improved how run energy is handled at or during the activity. Currently, it's not possible for you to regenerate run energy while interacting with the dynamite and stuff like that, or the veins, but they found a way to give back a little bit of run energy to make it a little bit better. So overall, I like this, and as an iron, I will
you'll have to go there.
probably want to try this.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear how it is because, like, I hate being this person, but now that I'm 99 mining and there's no collection log slots there, I'm like, I don't know if I'll go there.
Yeah. Also, we look like red right now because of the
The
sun
sun
setting.
setting. Also, I'm just pretty red in general.
True.
Yeah. Next is Amethyst and Mining Guild. So adjust amethyst veins to run on a timer rather than whenever a single amethyst is mined. Huge.
Nice.
Rebalance mining gloves in terms of both price and passive effect, so they're both more desirable and have more utility across the skill.
Yep. And also,
I know you wanted to say lastly.
Well, I am going to say lastly because
Just go through these 3.
they made it quickly so that they improved the clue geode rates across the board. So I'll just throw that in there.
Mm-hmm.
And also, finally, we have gem mining. So unlocking the gem mine is only going to require medium diary now,
Huge.
not hard,
Nice.
which is really, really nice. Hard just felt a little cumbersome. By the time I got to hard, I was like, why am I here?
I think that literally happened to me during leagues. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't really want to be here anymore.
Exactly. And also, they improved the messaging regarding how charged amulets of glory work while gem mining. And that's it.
Yeah, and then the last thing was what he was saying: the sandstone and granite quarry would have more spots.
Yeah. For anyone that is familiar with tick manipulation, you need a set spot. And so now there's more.
Next is what they are saying the biggest change of the day, which is Volcano. Right now, Volcano is a good moneymaker, but we see a lot of calls to make this high intensity boss a more viable training method. Our intent has always been to put profit over XP here, so I'd like to propose something new. We want to add a new currency to Volcano's regular loot table, which players will be able to trade into an NPC. The unique loot table will not be affected. When handing over currency, you'll be able to choose whether you're paid back in XP or the same loot as you're currently getting. This neat solution lets players get more XP out of Volcano if they want to, or keep the consistent moneymaker that it is. We'll still be capping XP rates somewhere around 50,000 XP an hour. Don't think I've ever in my life gotten that much XP at Volcano, by the way. I feel like I'd get like 13,000 an hour. I guess I'm bad at it.
No, they're not saying that's how much you should be getting.
Oh, they will be in the future capping at that.
Yeah.
I was like, never in my life.
Yeah, they're saying that you're going to get more XP, but still they're going to be capping the XP.
Gotcha. Lastly, we want to resolve scaling issues, so that's easier to jump into this activity without world hopping to find the perfect group size. This may mean making instances available, changing how Volcano scales, or adjusting the way that it works, so stay tuned for more of that.
Yeah.
But that is it for all of the major skilling changes. There are a couple more small ones, though.
Yeah, so the few small ones are kind of improvements to really a lot of them are for Dorgish Khan. So they are offering double cave goblin wire thieving. This is actually pretty cool.
I've never done it before.
It's actually a pretty good money maker if you have the time. Dorgish Khan chests or the wire machine now have a chance to give you double, well actually we'll just give you double goblin wire if you have the Lumbridge Elite.
Cool. It's kind of a big requirement, though.
Yeah, definitely. Also, they reduced the fail rates for the wire machine if at higher levels, and 50% more XP or fire XP as crafting XP when replacing a light orb. Also, grant bonus XP every 50 light orbs instead of 100 replaced, that is, and add a counter to track how many light orbs have been replaced.
They said grand instead of grant on one of those. And I can't
Grand
unsee it.
bonus XP.
I mean, I guess it is grand. But
Yeah.
anyway, some other changes not related to Dorgish Khan. Allow players to make Guthix rest in a single action, which is actually kind of huge. You no longer can mess it up by doing stuff in the wrong
There's like
order.
4 steps and you have to do it in the right order.
Add the Make All functionality to Barbarian Potions. Have Necklace of Faith provide 25% prayer points when triggered, up from 10%. Give Ring of Pursuit a 100% chance to fully reveal Hunter tracks, up from 25%. Improve Epherites?
Epherites Aid, the
Yeah.
ring that allows you to attack vampires with any weapon.
Didn't even know that existed. So with the ability to hurt all vampires with regular weapons for 50% reduced damage output.
Currently, it has like a max hit or something of like 5, which is why no one uses it.
Okay. And with a 15% buff to the accuracy of vampire-specific weaponry, like the Blisterwood Flail, and adjust requirement for creating a toxic blowpipe to 78 fletching instead of 53.
This actually kind of sucks.
I was going to say, I feel like a lot of people would be unhappy about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a nerf to Iron Man for some weird reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why that exists.
I don't know. I mean, I get it because the blowpipe's really good, but also I know people are going to be pissed about that one.
Like, that's like along the same lines of just being like, oh, you know what? Now you can't make the toxic trident just because, you know, level 83.
I mean, it makes sense. It is a good weapon, but like 78 is kind of higher than you'd expect for Zulrah.
I just, whatever, dude. That's just such a like weird change. Like, who asked for that?
They do have a survey at the end of this, so if you are also annoyed by that change, go take the survey and let them know what you think.
Yeah. Well, also one more clarification for Volcano. Someone did ask and mods replied saying that it'll kind of, as far as I understand, work similar to like a ticket system or a currency system where you get the currency. For instance, like if you were to get like tickets at Temporos, for example, is the way I thought of it. So you can either trade that for the loot that you would have already gotten. It's not additional loot.
And not counting uniques. You could still get pet shards, stuff like that,
Yeah.
even if you choose XP, by the
This is
way.
just like trash loot, like the ores and stuff like that. So you can choose to get the stuff that you would have already gotten, or you can turn it in for additional XP, foregoing the loot that you would have
Yeah,
gotten.
I don't love it.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Well, I guess we could just say our thoughts before we move on. I think that a high intensity mining boss with such high requirements to get to, I don't know why they wouldn't just make it better XP rates and keep the loot how it is,
Yeah,
personally. As someone with 99 mining, like, that's what I think. Like, the XP rates there make no sense. It's a skilling boss, and I would make 12k an hour.
yeah. For anyone that doesn't know how the XP split up,
Rune
it's
crafting,
like 2k rune crafting an hour and like
12,000 mining an
yeah,
hour.
like 10k mining an hour. It's so low.
It's not a skilling boss. It's literally just a regular boss at that point.
It just bothers me that something it's not like so intense, but it is an active boss fight
If
and
you AFK, you'll die because
yeah,
they
and you
like
won't do
rocks
the
will fall on
boss.
you.
Yeah, and you straight up won't do the boss.
Yeah.
Uh
If you don't contribute enough, you don't get a reward.
and so the fact that like it's an active boss with one of the grand master quests in the game with some of the highest requirements in the game. And the fact that it rewards not even remotely close to as much XP as, AFK Motherload Mine
Mm-hmm.
is mind blowing
I think
to me.
even they don't have to make it capped at 50. They could even make it like 30 or 40.
Yeah.
Just something rewarding for how much effort it is, because Volcano is a lot of effort. Like, it makes sense in my mind, at least, that you would get rewards as well as money, like other mini games. I know it's not really a mini game; it's a boss.
Yeah.
But like Temperos, Guardians of the Rift, Wintertot, like you get money and XP.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they're making you choose.
It definitely doesn't make sense, especially I mean, 50,000 also doesn't make sense because if you think about it, again, comparing it to the Motherload Mine, you get around 30 to 40k. And I don't know what it is at 99.
Or you could go to Volcano and get no loot, but slightly better.
Yeah, like it's 30 to 40k, and that's getting all of the loot that you're getting, as well as all the diaries and stuff like that. And then, I mean, if you went to power mining, like in the mining guild, you get all the ore and you get like 45k, like it's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why aren't you able to get the loot as well as, like, this would be the same.
I love whenever you say that because I'm like, what's he gonna
No,
say?
this is exactly what it would be like
Okay.
is if you went to Wintertot and got 50k an hour with no loot.
Yeah.
Like there are better methods. You can tick manipulation and get way more, but you're doing this active game that only gives you XP and no loot.
Yeah.
Like
It's Volcano's not UK at all. I don't know why they think that the loot table as is with better XP would be too much.
yeah.
Because I mean, you make like a mil an hour there probably, which is really good, admittingly for like um this kind of boss that you can do with a group. But
Yeah.
like it's pretty active and it has high requirements. I don't know. I think that you should get slightly better XP and still get your loot.
Yeah.
As someone with 99 mining, this is
It's
what I think.
it's also crazy to me because like this boss, in my opinion, is like kind of comparable if you're doing it in a mass world to like mass nex, like
Mhm.
effort wise. But mass nex, you can get an item worth half a bill.
You know what's frustrating too at Volcano is that if you're in a big group, I mean, they are going to fix the scaling they're talking about. If you're in the mass world, if you try too hard to get like stuff to throw at Volcano, which is part of it, you can basically play yourself and it'll get knocked down so fast you won't be able to contribute in time and you will not get any drops,
Yeah, it's
which happens a lot.
it's weird. It really just has never made sense and continues to not make sense
Yeah.
even with this change that Volcano isn't more rewarding XP wise.
It just needs to be. I love Volcano. I wish that that could have been more of an XP grind for me, but for me, it's just grinding for collection log slots there, honestly. I
Yeah.
never went there considering XP.
Yeah. Um,
Anyway,
but yeah, so that's it for the changes. These are all the skill changes. Overall, I think the mining one's really cool. Actually, I generally think all of them are really cool.
I'm happy with
Um,
it. I asked in Discord too, and pretty much everyone was happy about it in our Discord.
yeah, all of them I think are a step in the right direction, even if I think the agility leveling thing still
Some were a little weird.
doesn't make sense because at the end of the day, you still have the same issue. Running laps isn't fun.
Yeah. There's some stuff that could be improved for sure, but I think we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
which is
So,
nice.
what would you think if someone posted this, and I thought it was actually kind of a funny idea and also kind of cool,
Okay.
is what do you think if there were like kind of like workout circuits that counted for agility XP?
How?
Yeah, like you would like run across something or like I don't know, like a
Like racing?
workout circuit. Like you would do like emotes or something like that to
Make it more
work out.
active.
Yeah, or like go pick up something for someone and like, do like a task that was part of the circuit. And then you could like go to like an area kind of like a lap area,
Yeah.
but it'd be like oh, you need to do these favors for these people, and you would like run around and do these favors, and they would like award like XP and stuff like that, but they would be different and like in different areas. So it'd be kind of like pseudo laps in a different
Mhm.
place. I
I
don't
think
know.
it would be cute, but uh, even though we want all these changes, I think that a lot of people in RuneScape, myself sometimes too, we do just go back to what's the simplest, which would be running in circles.
Well, I mean, maybe.
I don't
I
know.
mean, a lot of people go to
But
Sepulcher, so
true.
that's not always true.
Yeah, no, just a lot of people just run laps though.
Well,
I
yeah,
do need to go Sepulcher, but I'm interested in hearing like people's ideas about agility. If you guys have any ideas about agility,
yeah. I definitely don't think the like running around and doing emotes would solve the problem. It just sounded interesting.
no, it does sound kind of cute though. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, the fact that like this is one of the longest skills and like literally one of the longest skills in the game, 1 to
I'm
99.
just gonna keep waiting to do agility to see if they change it anymore.
Yeah, and the fact that it's one of the least rewarding until they decide to rework it some year, um, which is not happening in like anytime soon. Probably
Hmm.
not even in the next 5 years, if I had to guess. But it's just like such a trash skill in my opinion. Why make it take longer? I don't care that they nerfed Sears so much as that they didn't buff everything else.
Yeah,
It just doesn't make sense.
yeah, agree.
But that's it.
Yeah, we can move backstepping a little bit more into the God alignments again because we did get some updates, some feedback, and next steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Overall, it was pretty good, I
Yeah, there's
guess.
not really that much to go over, to be honest. I don't know if we should read all of
I'm not
it.
gonna read it all because it is many paragraphs, but I can summarize it pretty well because
Mhm.
they kind of just say like a couple things, but they use 90 paragraphs to say it.
Yes, they do. Honestly, as we do sometimes on the podcast.
Yeah, of course. But I guess it's their job similar as ours.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, I was gonna interrupt. One of the lines that you're reading on the last one, because I know you don't like reading word for word. I like reading word for word. The words, there was like 10, and you turned it into like 20. And I was like, interesting strategy going on.
Well, it helps me sometimes to
Wording it differently.
understand things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it was
Um,
funny, though.
Anyways, for what's going to happen next with the God alignment prayers, because obviously they got a lot of feedback. A lot of it was similar to ours,
Negative.
not the best. A lot of people were saying generally it just seemed like they were either too complicated or too plain, or just didn't fit with the alignment of the alignment.
Yeah.
Anyways, they say, in short, we're taking a step back from our initial pitch and want to refine it with your feedback in mind. A simple system that enhances combat is what you want to go with for prayers, and so they're going to try and do that.
Yeah, they definitely overcomplicated it.
Yeah. What wasn't clear in our initial blog, and this was extremely not clear because no one had this idea,
Oh.
but overall timeliness for these prayers. So, to clarify, our intention was and still is to start with releasing only Guthix alignment, with the second alignment being Zeros later this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we misunderstood, but I definitely was like all three released at
I don't
once.
know. If you wrote that last one with these intentions, please, brother, quadruple million times check your blogs because that was not hinted.
Yeah, I didn't catch on. But I
Crazy.
mean, at least they're clarifying now.
Yeah, so that is going to be it for that. For anyone wondering the release schedule, they are going to release one every so often, it seems.
They don't have a set schedule right now.
Yeah, not all at once or anything like that. So, yeah, keep that in mind. We all want what's best for the game. It's become clear that we should revisit our initial pitch to be more aligned with your feedback. We don't want to add more layers of complexity to prayers. Our aim is to offer alternatives that sit nicely alongside our current option. So hopefully that means they're removing all the different kinds of retribution.
Okay, well, listen. They do say we're continuing to ideate for God alignments, but this time we're taking a slightly different approach. And first off, they're removing the Saren alignments from the current offerings because they didn't really make sense. Which you hated the Saren ones, so that was great.
I didn't hate
You
the
really
Saren
didn't,
ones.
they
They
made
seemed
sense.
by far the strongest.
Yeah, but they
Is
didn't work.
they didn't work with peace. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, peace and cooperation to kill this dude. I'm like, what? Like a riot isn't a peace just because everyone's cooperating.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, we'll revisit the Gothics and Zeros alignments and tweak the design to incorporate the feedback, including trimming down the number of prayers on offer by at least one prayer each. This does not mean that they are for sure going to have like one less each. This could change in the
It
future.
could be one, it could be two, it could be three, but it won't
Yeah.
be four.
Yeah, they could all even have different amounts. We plan to tackle the alignments one at a time, starting with Gothics, which we still plan to launch with while Gothic sleeps, but if the consultation takes longer, they will make it a retroactive reward
Yeah.
later.
So that this is like them committing to this, like they want this in the game.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is kind of nice that I like that they're not like, we're pushing it out no matter what. They're like, we can add it late, which I'm proud of them for that. Because Ruinous Powers, they were just trying to rush and it was not working.
Yeah, that's why it was terrible.
Yeah. They want to clarify that we are not looking to add skilling prayers to our updated pitches, at least for Gothics or Zeros.
Too difficult for them to think of any.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what they said. They can't really think of any. They just wouldn't make sense right now.
To be fair, it is fairly true whenever they say that it's difficult to balance it because often you're not going to want to go and do skilling while bringing your prayer potions.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah.
This isn't to say that we won't revisit skilling prayers in the future, but for now we believe that skilling prayers aren't right for the current proposals. And then they give us our next steps.
Yeah, so they say for our next steps, a dedicated Gothics alignment news post, community consultation.
With no more than 3 prayers on the Gothics, by the way.
Along with a community consultation and a survey, live stream, Discord stages, like I mentioned, and open betas with polls to finalize everything. Once the Gothics alignment prayers are finalized, we'll move on to the Zeros alignment, but not until then.
They realize we're simple people. You can only give us one option at a time. If you tell us all
Yeah.
3, we're going to be like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, I think Mod Husky, whenever they were explaining their methodology behind the agility stuff,
Yeah.
was I think it was during that, but he was saying that it is a big concern overwhelming the community with options
I definitely.
or with content.
I think that's exactly what happened with these prayers.
Yeah.
It was too much, overcomplicated, and there was like
I know. I like how they're like,
of them.
oh, we're gonna redo 3 skills, and we're gonna add all these prayers,
like
and there's
trick
3
prayers.
sets of them. It's like,
It was too
why?
much.
Just do them in different weeks at least.
Yeah, I get that they're excited, but this is the way that works better for us, clearly.
Yeah. Beyond that, that's pretty much it for the new stuff. There was something I wanted to say. I totally forgot. Oh, it's actually, I thought it was a really good idea, so I wanted to bring it
Okay.
up. Someone was pitching their idea for like their own alignments or whatever.
Cute.
I thought they were just okay. But anyways, something I did think that was a really good draw for a lot of people towards that post was the fact that the way they did their drain system for prayer. For anyone that doesn't know, the way prayer drains is as long as you have the prayer active, it drains per second essentially.
Depending on the prayer.
Yeah, but overall it's per second. It'll be like 3 per second, but it only activates every, other tick or something like that. So for instance, it'll be like every 5 seconds you'll drain like 3 prayer or something like that.
Okay.
Depending on which prayers you have active. It's over time.
Yeah.
But they said that in a lot of their little examples, they made it so that it could be something that activates per hit, for example. And I thought that would be cool because not just having it per hit, but just diversifying how prayer gets spent could be
Yeah.
cool because like they were saying, it could be difficult to balance skilling things, but what if it was like, oh, it costs this much prayer,
Like
per
per
thing
log or
planted,
something.
per
Yeah.
log. Because then it's like, oh,
Okay.
I'm only going to plant 10 things, so it's not even a big deal. I'll just go, go to the church real quick and then I'll do my little tree run and it'll just be, just a straight up improvement, which is, pretty simple.
I wonder how that would work behind the scenes for them trying to get that to work. If that'd be hard.
Yeah, yeah, maybe, but I mean, it's just like this action happened, do this. So I feel like, obviously, saying it out loud seems easy, but I don't know what they're working with.
Yeah.
But
There's
I thought that
spaghetti code.
was, yeah, I thought that was really cool because I mean, you don't have to limit it to per hit. It could be per step. It could be per, 5 steps or,
Hmm.
whatever. So like you could
Interesting. I
change it.
never thought of it getting drained a different way. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, I think that would be maybe not the answer, but I think that would be cool if they could incorporate that.
Yeah, definitely a good option for skilling prayers, though.
Yeah. But that's going to be it for the God alignment prayers. Hopefully we never see them again. Until
Sure.
next time. Besides that, though, we do have the poll that we talked about a little bit
Yeah.
earlier. We do have the results because this is the wilderness poll that had all the crazy, crazy wilderness stuff, including a new agility course and everything like that.
A revamped agility course.
Sure, sure, sure.
All right. We'll just take turns each question.
Sure.
Okay. Question 1. Should we move the hard clue step that currently points towards the Chaos Temple to a different wilderness location? Yes, that passed.
Yeah, this is of roughly 53,000 voters.
Yeah.
Question 2. Should we add the Chivalry Prayer Scroll as a tradable item? I didn't like this, and luckily it did not pass.
Should we adjust chivalry's? Okay, you know what? All the chivalry ones
All
failed.
the Chivalry ones failed.
Chivalry ones also
Yeah,
failed.
questions 2, 3, and 4, Chivalry failed.
Should we add admin seats as described in the blog? Passed, but not by much.
Very, very
I'm
close.
surprised it's probably like bitter people.
No, I mean it's
I think that made sense.
a very impactful change. Some people even said this is the most impactful change of all like the wilderness PvP stuff they've had in a long time.
Yeah,
So I mean, yeah, maybe some people didn't like it. I was kind of surprised by these next two.
me too.
They actually successfully voted for adding the blip blocker, which
For them to name it that. I don't
is
care.
gonna make you block teleportation attacks from the Elder Chaos Druids, and even more so, it also now extends in question. That was question 6. In question 7, also works against Abbey demons now
I'm
as
still
well.
not sure how I feel about that, but okay.
That is crazy.
Question 8. Should we adjust the Fountain of Rune by allowing players to alchemize multiple items at once as outlined in the blog?
Wah, wah.
Failed. That one was a little spicy. Understandable.
Also, should we add an opt-in system that allows players to earn GP and blighted supplies at the Wildy Agi course? And this surprisingly passed.
Question 10. If the system passed, which it did, should amethyst crystals be obtainable as a reward? They would account for roughly 20% of the loot earned. That one failed just barely.
No amylase.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised. I feel like that should have passed.
Yeah, kind of weird.
It was so close, I almost feel like they're going to do it again.
The next,
These all passed. We could just tell them what it is, what the questions are.
yeah, all of the remaining ones did pass, and this next one is a stackable token to the Wilderness Agi course that players can hand in for extra XP, with bigger XP modifiers the more you hand in.
They added a respawn. They will add a respawn timer to most wilderness NPCs to 9 seconds to reduce downtime during Wilderness Slayer.
That got a huge, nearly 90%. Should we increase the quantity of bandits? Yes.
Should we increase the quantity of rogues at Rogue's Castle? Yes.
And also Dark Warriors? Yes.
And Anku.
And Hellhounds?
And Jellies.
Ice Giants?
Should we adjust the furniture in the deep Wildy Pirates hideout, allowing players to place a dwarf multi-cannon that pass?
Exactly 80%.
Yeah.
And should we improve the drops of high-level bandits? Yes.
Should we add frequent coin drops to high-level rogues? Yes.
Also, should we make superior Slayer creatures 10% more likely to appear while in the Wildy Slayer tasks? Yes.
And finally, should we allow players to easily purchase multiple imbued god capes for 250 gold? Yes, it passed.
250,000 gold.
250k. Yes, that passed.
Just, a smooth 1,000 times as much as that.
Yeah, I'm a main player. Like, money means nothing to me, clearly.
That was the highest voted of all of them, with 91.1% voting yes.
It's very funny that people are like, no.
Yeah. Overall, that was pretty cool. It's kind of how I expected. I
Jesus.
didn't think that the wilderness agility course stuff would pass, but it doesn't really matter to me because I probably still won't go
Yeah.
to it.
I thought the Amethyst would pass and that the other ones might not, and I was backwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not opposed to the results there.
Yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty strong week. We can finish off
Yeah.
with the good old question
Yeah.
and answers.
Sorry, sorry, or you're welcome, depending on how you think of it, that this is going to be an insanely long episode. It's going to be almost 4 hours.
9 hour episode.
Yeah, Robert thought, this is funny now. Robert thought we'd be done with our part in 30 to 40 minutes. It's going to be almost 2 hours.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well, I wasn't including the intro part, and also they added a new blog, so really it probably was 45 minutes.
he said that yesterday when we knew that there's a new blog.
Also, I feel like you were like talking more than you needed to. You're probably extending it on purpose, so
I should go and time how much you talked. Anyway, our first question this week is going to be from Harger on Discord. I'm back with a question about why is this not in this game? It's realistic. But to be honest, this time I feel like it really should be. The Nile River in Egypt is one of the most fertile places in the world and has unbelievable farming opportunities. That's why the Egyptian Empire thrived. Now look at the OSRS world map. Where are the farming opportunities in the desert? That's right, there are none, other than the cactus, I guess. Why not introduce a huge new farming area on the River Elid to make the desert more popular? Also, there could be an opportunity for a fun farming minigame, protecting your valuable crops from bandits for a certain amount of time while they grow. Of course, it would be some sort of rapid growth environment. You have to protect your plants against bandits for weeks. 100% I think that there should be something in the desert. It's kind of weird that there's no farming there, really.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I generally agree. I think not, I mean, at the very least, they should do it for aesthetic purposes because
It would look really
I
pretty.
mean,
Like
a
a little
lot
oasis.
of, yeah, I was about to say a lot of the towns near the Nile are pretty much oases because, yeah, I mean, you're right. Generally, all the good farming places were next to the river.
Yeah. For the minigame, I think it might sound a little bit too much like Tithe Farm. You're just like running around protecting your
I
plants.
just think
Sounds like
it'd
a
be
mess.
cool if there was, because also often, because it was right next to the river, anytime there were large surges of water, there would be large floods. So maybe you could, like, there would be like some kind of time trial speed version of Tithe or something like along those lines. And,
Okay.
the water would rise slowly or quickly, and you'd have to, like, get your plants or something like that, or strategically plant them. I don't know.
I'll post that. Uh, our last RuneScape question from Matt this week. Hanny has a lot of questions that I'm not going to ask Robert because most of them are related to just her.
And also, this is an infinitely long episode.
Matt said, I like this desert theme, so I'm continuing. What if there was a racing minigame in OSRS where you start on camels at Palm Beach, then hop off and do agility obstacles in a pyramid, then get on a boat and kayak to Sofanim? It could be a combat minigame, so you could potentially get killed by other players racing you, and you're in a lobby of 20 players to start. And also follow up, any thoughts on any sort of mini game about racing? I think it'd be fun to have organized racing instead of fun YouTube contests and stuff.
Yeah, so I think this would be sick.
This kind of reminded me of the agility that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of this.
I think it would be cool if there was essentially no or very few tradables as rewards. So this was strictly for clout,
Irons.
kind of like LMS, but yeah, kind of like LMS, but even more restricted.
Spoiler, we kind of compare it to LMS later too.
Oh, really?
Whenever I talked with Hanny.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, so I think it'd be okay, this is gonna be wild, but I think it would be fun. So like there was like, a desert racing course and you're like there's like maybe a mini quest or something to uncover it and it's like this illegal underground racing,
Fast and Furious.
kind of like Fast and the
It's
Furious.
about family.
But it's gnomes that modified camels with like rockets on their back. And you were able to race them and like drift them.
Tokyo Drift the camels.
Yeah, so it's like you can only race other players. There was like a few gnomes in there, but they suck. And so you would race the other people, and it was all based on how well you could like control the janky drifting system that they put into the game. And if you win, then you get, points and clout. Like they could even call it clout. And the higher clout you get, the cooler of a cape you get. Or, maybe a more tricked out camel or something. That would be sick. I would do that.
If any of you guys are artists, can someone please draw a camel being someone racing on a camel and is drifting across the sand
With rockets on its back.
with rockets
and
on its
it's
back?
tricked out.
Jesus.
That would be cool.
I think that this actually does sound kind of fun. The racing in general, I think is cool because like whenever you're doing agility, I was talking about this, you'll hear later. Whenever you're doing agility, you already are kind of like racing people there. They just don't realize it, you know? Like you're
Yeah.
trying to be faster than them. So it could be cool to like have actual competitions, but that's kind of what they're trying to do with Brimhaven, but in a weird way because you get the XP boost and we don't like that.
Yes.
So it's bittersweet, but I think generally, I think that'd be pretty fun. And we have one in real life question. What is your favorite racing movie? That's from Hariger. And Hariger said, I'll go with Fast Five, but shout out to Cars. Matt also answered Fast Five.
Okay. What is yours? I'm interested in knowing what
I
yours is.
like racing movies.
Doesn't
So
matter. That's not the question.
say Cars.
Oh God.
The Disney movie.
Did they even race in that movie? Who knows?
They race in that movie. Do you remember like the Cars ride at Disneyland? You're racing against like that cop, the
Yeah,
sheriff guy.
it's Hudson.
It's a Hudson.
Anyways, no.
What's your favorite?
This is hands down one of my favorite movies of all
Oh
time,
gosh.
and
Tokyo Drift.
I've watched it many times. It is, and I'll tell you the reason before because you're going to be surprised. It is a delicacy for the eyes.
Talladega Nights.
No, that would actually be a
That
great.
was a good
That would be a
answer.
great
I liked that
answer.
movie as well, but I think that if I watched the movie now, it probably didn't age that well.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't be as funny as when I was a kid.
My movie has aged well. I've watched it even recently, and
Oh,
it's still good. It is the movie Speed Racer.
Didn't we watch that on the flight coming back from like Hawaii or the Netherlands or
Yeah, we
something?
probably did.
Yeah, I think we watched that and I fell asleep.
Yeah, you probably did.
It was like 80s or 90s.
I mean, if it
It's
was
like space almost.
the flight back from Hawaii, it was a red eye, and you had like an anxiety attack.
I don't think it was that flight. I think it was coming back from the Netherlands then. I think we watched that on a flight and I was just like, this is a really weird movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool. I mean, it's like a lot like the comics or the shows if you watch them like, when you were a kid or something. So it's like, really goofy and really cartoony, but I really like the aesthetic of the movie and also the like the visual, what do you call it? The
Cinematography.
CGI and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's extremely well done CGI, and I've mentioned this before, maybe even on this podcast, but yeah, like Corridor Digital, which is a YouTube channel that strictly talks about CGI and like
Yeah.
cinematography and stuff, also praised it for having really great
You just want to copy
CGI. So yeah, I'd recommend watching it. It's a really fun movie.
that. But that is it for our Q&A this week.
That is. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. And if you did, you can check out all of our socials.
Yes. Just a reminder, don't end this episode is going to continue, but don't say our socials later, so I'm going to say it now. Our TikTok and Twitter are Bunebapeosrs. Our Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch are all Bunebape. I am going to be continuing my fundraising stream 8 p.m. PST or 4 a.m. UTC Friday/Saturday. So come stop by. I don't know. That was like the most messed way of saying that.
Yeah.
I'm fundraising. Come stop by my stream.
Yeah, that's going to be it for me.
Yeah.
Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and we'll continue on with Hani.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, and I am back with our special guest this week, Hani.
Hi.
So tell us, how many accounts do you have? Tell us about your account.
Okay, so it's a long story. I
Okay.
have my main iron, which is a max account, and then I have
Mhm.
my main, which is just does whatever. It's not very good. And then I have about 47 hardcore Iron Men. Well, they're all dead.
Wait,
One's
stop.
alive. But yeah,
Wait,
that's my accounts.
how many have actually died?
I have killed, I think, 7 hardcores, and it was within like 2 months.
What
I
was
got
like
them all to like 1,700 total.
no?
Like soap ready, and then I just died to it's embarrassing. One of them I died to Dagonoth, just the regular ones. One of them I
Yes.
died to the Skeletal Hellhound in a quest boss because I was space entering the quest.
Wait.
And I forgot that it was yep. And then the rest are just blackjacking and whatever else.
Oh, dying to blackjacking and stuff? That is
Yeah.
rough. Oh my god. I feel like you have like a more normal hardcore experience because everyone's like dies in like the most insane ways so late game. I feel like that's probably more average.
Yeah.
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 But the iron is the one that you play the most, right?
Yeah, it's a maxed iron, and I just got a TiVo.
Yeah, you
I'm
just
so
got it
happy.
today. Tell
I
everyone about
literally
your
got it
TiVo.
like 4 hours ago. Oh my gosh. I was contemplating during that raid, I was contemplating like,
Mhm.
oh, should I just go do Toa? I hate Toa. Everyone hates Toa.
Yes.
But should I just go do Toa and get a shadow, and then it will make the Cox grind easier? I think I'm at like 1,300 combined Cox KC, and I've only ever seen Elder Malls. So
Yeah, I saw that in
getting
your
a
collection
TiVo
log.
today. Yep. Getting a
Oh my
TiVo was
gosh.
I opened the chat. I heard the collection log thing. I thought I'd turn that off for Cox, but I guess not.
Hmm.
And then I heard it and I was like, nah, there's no way. So I just clicked it fast and it blew my mind.
Oh my
It was a
gosh.
TiVo.
Yeah, you guys have to go watch the clip. She screams and it's really funny.
Oh my god, it's very loud. Put your volume percentage on like 2.
No,
You'll
that's so
hear it from the
exciting
other
though.
room.
Are
Yeah.
you gonna keep going to chambers? Or are you like not really gonna
So
go
I
as
think
much now?
I definitely won't go as much because the
Hmm.
only 2 items I miss are Kodai and Ancestral Pants. But if I can get lucky with Virtus Pants from one of the DT2 bosses, that would be
Yeah,
good.
true.
But they're very rare, so I doubt it. But,
I mean, but
I'm not
TiVo's
that
also
desperate
rare.
for Yeah, true. I'm not that desperate for the other 2 items. I will go,
Mhm.
but I think my main will be, like, going to Toa now, unfortunately. Everyone hates Toa. But
I mean, now you have a TiVo, so it's probably more fun. You have a cool new
it's
weapon.
yeah, it'll be easier, but, mm, it's still Toa, so
It's still so.
it's still Toa. Nobody
Okay,
likes Toa.
rank the raids. What do you think's like best and worst?
Tob, by far. What's your favorite?
Honestly, right now, Tob. It's weird. I
You
never thought
like
I'd say
it?
that. Yeah, but I've been like
You never thought you would
learning.
say that?
I used to hate Tob. People would have to bribe me to go to Tob, and I'd be miserable.
That's before you learn it, right? Like that's
Yeah.
because it's a learning curve, but Tob easily once you get it down, you got some good teammates, like it is it's definitely the funnest raid. I think the thing that makes it the funnest is um like the fact that you don't have like in Toa you have the puzzle rooms, in Cox you have all the scouting. So
Yeah.
it's just get in, you kill the boss, you're done. Like it's so
Yeah.
much better.
I think it's so
But
much
yeah, I think Cox is my
faster.
second favorite.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
agree.
way faster.
It was
Have you seen
nice.
people do Sorry, we're gonna talk over
Yeah.
I talk over
No,
everyone.
I do it literally all the time. I'm so sorry.
No, okay. Okay, good. It's a talk over not free zone. You're allowed. We're allowed.
You were allowed.
Um yeah. People do like 20-minute Tobs duos and I'm so baffled by it. I think Flash recently got the PB. I think it's been beaten now, but under
I
20
don't.
minutes for a duo is just
I don't even know how to do a
insane.
duo. I can't. I like doing like a 4 or 5. I don't like the responsibility being on me if other people die. So I like raids with a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Real. I like Toa with a lot of people because I'm dead. I'm the ghost,
Yeah.
and
No. Say.
I just get to sit there and watch everyone else do it. And that's the best part. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then so Cox would be my second, obviously.
Hmm.
Then Toa it's there, but it's like I don't like Toa.
It's like
How
really
many
far
times we're gonna
down.
say yeah.
I used to love it. It used to be my favorite. And then at one day, it's like I woke up and I was just like, bro, I'm so over TOA. Like, this sucks.
I tell you what, when it first came out, I really loved it and I thought
Yeah.
it was cool. And then you do it over and over again, and I don't even know how to make it fun. I really
No.
don't.
It's like,
Like
it
people
feels
learn all the
worse than
It
the
does.
others.
It just yeah. People learn all the tech. Like I don't know how to do any of that.
Hmm.
I'm just a
You're just
ghost
there,
in the corner.
just watching.
Woo! Exactly. But maybe I'll learn all that and it will make it funner. But also, where would I do that when I can
Just
be in the
watching me a
corner?
ghost. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's kind of me too. Like, I don't learn some stuff. Like, I don't know how to tank at Versic. And I'm like, why would I tank when you guys all know how to tank? I'll learn eventually.
Right? That's not my problem. It's okay. I know how to tank. I just melee everyone all the time.
I just choose
'Cause
not to do it correct.
yeah, I mean, I try. It's not for lack of trying, but will be meleeed. Protect melee immediately if the tank is on me.
You have
But
like,
yeah,
oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
I will
doing it
ramble.
already.
I will ramble, please. Please
Oh,
interrupt me. I will.
I was just gonna say, how much like top experience do you have? You have like 1,000 or something, right, Casey?
Yeah, I think I checked the other day, it was like 900 regs and then like 300 hard modes.
Oh my
But
god.
I got into duos recently and it's a lot of fun. I'm really bad at it, but it is like probably the most fun I have in the game.
Really?
One day I'll learn how to do Nilo waves. I just kind of click
Okay.
and hope for the best.
I don't understand how duos work with Nilos. I'm like, do you guys like split the responsibility of one of them? Like, does one person take two?
Okay, I'm the worst person to ask because I really do just click green. So
Okay.
there's two roles. There's a mage role, and the mage has to do everything except for
Oh,
ignore greens. So mage does melee and mage, and then range does
range.
range. And then they sometimes put on their staff or their T-bow or something for like pre-fires or something like that. But I literally just click green. Anyone who goes with me knows I'm just clicking green. Occasionally I'll put on my staff and click a blue, but it is all green. Your major does most of the work in Nilos.
Oh, okay.
So
So you have to find someone really good to top in duos with.
yeah.
Yeah. Because people have like asked me to do duos before, and I'm like, I'm not trying to learn that. All I do is MDPS. Like, I just do melee only. So I'm like
I'll tell you
scared.
no, no. You okay, I never ever thought I would go and do them, like
Hmm.
duos, but it is like surprisingly easy.
Really?
Like genuinely, if you know Tob, you would be able to duo because it's especially in the way that I do it. Because I don't for Nilos, people learn every single rotation, so they know a green's coming out on wave 11 or wave 12.
How do people? No, I don't get it.
No, I've done 1,000 plus tops. I do not. I know like white comes out at some point, but I
Yeah,
will
right?
wait for it and click it when I see it. Um, But yeah, people get hella into it and like Zarpus and all that, like where you do the 5 tick or 4 tick, 5 tick, whatever. I don't do any of that, and I get completions. It's you should do it sometime. You should have a little next time you do a subathon, maybe you have on there that someone takes you for a duo tob.
I have been doing like my fundraising streams. I could set that as a goal, but I have to go
I
and do
saw
that.
that. You should definitely do that because
It's scary.
it's a lot of fun. People love to see like learning content like that too. So
People like to watch
it'll
me
be
die.
fun for you. Yeah. I think that's why people watch me too, because I'm 57. No. None of my hardcore deaths have been on stream as well. It's kind of a scam.
Wait, really?
But yeah, none of them. I've had like clips of them because I shadow play them, but of course I don't die on stream. But
Never.
it is what it is.
Have
I'm
you
sad I got the
gotten?
T-bone stream.
I,
Sorry.
oh no, you're fine. I was gonna say, have you gotten like the scythe yet from Top?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've finished top except for pants, Justy pants.
Oh yeah, you were saying on your
So
stream you haven't gotten any pants anywhere.
no,
What
no
the
raid
hell?
pants. I'm trying to eat pants. I'm trying to be bought out here, bro, and I can't.
You
I
literally have
just
two
can't.
mega rares but no pants.
I've had 2 scythes and I can't get pants. Yeah, I've had 2
I'm
scythes.
sorry. What a weird problem to have.
It's so bizarre. I mean, none of the pants, well, Justy pants don't matter, but the
Yeah,
other 2, I just can't believe that of all the items, those are the ones that I'm just never gonna get.
that's hilarious.
Crazy.
Yeah, because it's over. You said over 1,000 chambers, Casey, and no ancestral either.
Yeah. I've had,
That's so
I
weird.
think it's 3 hats.
Oh,
3 hats, 2 claws, and a shirt, but never pants, because I think those are all on the
God.
same drop.
Yeah. Also, I like your little Pokemon thing wearing the ancestral behind you. And whenever you're saying the
Oh,
hat, I
thank you.
noticed they're so cute.
Thank you. I made them. They're made from, you should do it.
How did you
I'm
make
I'm
them?
like making you do everything. You should
No, it's
do a
fine.
tub. You should do. Have you would know perla beads or hammer beads?
Oh, Witch
Like
Eileen's been
when we're
doing
kids.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we were kids, we all did it, and then I made them, and they're
Oh my
huge, like
gosh. I love
big.
them.
But yeah, I made them ages ago now. I think I want to make updated versions because the gear is like wrong on them. But people always people always say that the Bulbasaur should be the Ranger for some reason, but
Maybe because of the green. I don't know. Green feels very rangy.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really
But
play Pokemon that much. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like, I don't know what should be what.
dude, I didn't really either. I'm a
You
fraud.
didn't play them and you have them on your
No.
wall? She's a
I
fake
love
fan.
Pokemon because they're just so cute.
They
Like
are really
like the
cute.
like you see I love plants. I have it's like show and tell. I have these little like
Gosh,
plant-based Pokemon. And
so
like when I bought them,
cute.
I was like, "Oh my god, they're so cute. What one is this?"
You're like, I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, it's funny. But
Cute.
I played one of them. I played Sun and Moon when I was like 19, so I'm a fake fan. But
Yeah,
I also
no,
collect
same.
Pokemon cards, so I'm really fake fan. But
I feel like if you collect Pokemon cards, you have to be like a real fan in your own way, just not the average Pokemon
exactly,
way. But you're collecting
exactly.
like,
Like I don't know what a fighter Pokemon hits with. Like I don't know any of that. There's like fairy type, and I'm like I don't know. I played Pokemon Go for a little bit,
hmm
and it's always like, oh, it's weak to. Everyone always puts out the Pokemon that's weak to. I'm like, I'm gonna put this one out because it's cute.
yeah,
I'm gonna
literally,
fight you
that
with
was
this
me,
one.
Pokemon Go.
I'm gonna fight you. This one has a high number. I might fight you with that one. I just get thrashed because I'm like the complete opposite. But yeah,
That's so
I'm
funny.
never gonna learn. I don't care. I'm putting my ego to the test.
No, I
I
used to be
was
like that with like RuneScape stuff. Like I would go and fight stuff and not understand why my melee gear didn't work everywhere. I would try to mage while wearing like rune armor, and I was like, rune armor is like the best I could wear. Why isn't this working?
honestly, that's my issue with Toa. You know the
Oh
bubble
yeah,
puzzle. You have
yeah,
to swap to like kill them with their attack, the opposite attack styles in the triangle or whatever it is. I'm
combat
like, just
triangle.
I'll put my staff on. I'll hit this one. Like that'll
Yeah,
do.
I saw you literally doing that just today. People
Yeah.
were like, "Why are you using your T-bow?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, I have a T-bow."
Dude, it's so funny. I actually I have these moments in my streams where like I've done 1,000 cocks. I was at 800 or so and I was doing a solo like learning.
hmm
And I have these moments in my stream where I was like, "Oh, that ball, that orb like zaps you of your prayer." I just read that in the chat. It zaps you of your prayer. I'm like 800 KC deep and I'm like, "Oh, is that why my prayer drains?" And they're like, "Yes, honey." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And the other day I was like, "Oh, you can eat a food and then click a restore in the same tick." I did not know that.
Oh,
And that was
I didn't
literally
know that
like 2
one.
days ago.
No,
Yeah, you know how people combo eat? I know
yeah,
shark into a crumb one,
yeah.
obviously. Everyone knows that. But apparently you can do I'm a maxed Iron Man, by the way. But
No, it's fine.
apparently you
I've
can
been
do
playing
like
for
a
years. You're teaching me.
yeah. You can click a brew into a all the listeners are like seething right now knowing that
They're like,
we don't
yeah,
know
no,
this.
duh.
Yeah. But you can click a brew into a shark into a prayer pot all in the same tick. So
Okay,
but
I didn't know
now we
that.
know. Am I ever gonna do it? Probably not. But
Yeah, I'm gonna forget right after that we record
I'm gonna
this.
I forgot already. I know and I've forgotten. So
That
that's what it is.
happens with me sometimes. Like, I don't like to watch guides, which annoys a lot of people. But I like to read to people who are okay with me learning by doing. But like, I'll make shorts where I'm like, "Oh, did you know this about like Versix attacks?" And people get so upset in the
Oh,
comments. They're like, "How did you not know this? You're so selfish for rating without watching guides." And I'm like, "Oh my god, shut up! I'm literally just telling people what to do."
that's so funny. I'm exactly the same. I cannot sit there and watch a video and pick anything up.
I
Like
get so, I can't.
I have to be in there. I have to like do it to like otherwise my muscle memory does not learn anything. Like when I
Yeah.
was learning solo chambers, everyone kept linking all the guides, every single one. And they were like, just watch it. It's like 5 minutes. Just watch it. Just watch it. I'm sitting there going, nope, I'll be clicking. Thank you. And I learned by doing. So it is what it
Yeah.
is. And I
And I have
still
a
learn new
TiVo.
things. Do I need to watch a flippin' guide for a Tebow? I don't think so. So you
No.
too, listeners,
The point.
stop watching guides. Look,
Except
I'm
for
a
the
streamer.
guides
All I do is talk
I've
to the
put out
camera.
on YouTube. Watch those ones, but not the other ones. The other ones
Yeah,
suck.
watch all the
Only mine.
things. If you watch any other guide,
Sexist?
you're not gonna learn anything. I think so. I think they hate women. Watch her guides or you go to jail.
or you
Goodbye.
go to jail. And all my guys are literally just
Do not pass go.
scurious. Do
Yeah.
not pass go directly to go to jail.
Boone, when are you putting out the Zora guide? I can't go to Zora until you put out the guide. I'm
And I'll just
stuck at
never do it.
Scariest.
It's literally scariest and farming, and that's all I know.
Slay.
Yeah. Have you like done any YouTube stuff before? Or you just do streaming?
No, because no, I haven't really. Because I don't, and I'm always told to do the TikTok stuff too, which I've seen you all the time on TikTok. But
It's
I don't
kind
know.
of fun.
I'm not creative. I've
I
got
feel the same way.
yeah, I can't think of anything. Like if someone told me to draw like a say architecture, like make a pretty drawing or build this room or something. Like whenever I play those games that are like Sims or something, I can't think of anything. I have to even on Minecraft, I have to Google like someone else's house and yoink that because I can't.
No, that's
There's
me
people
too.
who can create the Taj Mahal of their own, right, and I cannot do that. I'm looking at other people's and I'm yoinking it.
I'm literally the
Huh.
same. With like the TikToks, it's easier to do. How I started was just like anytime I get a purple, I would just make a short out of getting a purple. And now I just
True.
do me doing dumb stuff all the time. So I'm not
Actually, I
the most creative.
should do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
it's
you
fun.
do you when you're on stream, if you have a funny moment, this is cringe, right? But I feel like I
Okay.
have to start doing it. If you have like a funny moment, would you clip it yourself?
Yeah, I'd clip it myself. And I write it in my planner so I know to go back on the VOD and clip it.
Okay, you're genius. Because I was thinking I need to start doing that. Even if I just clip like, when you clip it, it clips like the whole 5-minute segment. Even if I do
Mhm.
that and then, go back later and fix it up.
No, that's
I
what I
think I
do.
need to do that because I have so many funny moments. Look, I'm not that funny, but I have
Yes, you
so
are.
many
Shut
good
up.
moments that other people don't like. No one thinks to clip it,
hmm
but I need better mods. Mods, if you're listening.
How dare you not clip everything?
Sexist again.
I guess it's just sexism nonstop with this community.
No, but I think I want to start doing that so that I can do the TikTok shorts because you can put
Yeah.
them on YouTube as well for shorts as well.
I know I put them on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter every single day. It's like kind of a lot. But I
How
can help
many
you if
do
you
you
have any help.
do?
I've done one. I do one every day, and I've done that for the past like 7 months probably. Right now I have
That's
20.
really good.
Yeah, I have 20 that are edited, waiting to go out, and then I have 30 more clips to go and edit as well.
Oh,
So
that's
I just
so
write
good
down
though.
anything stupid or funny or accomplishments I get. CAs are a good one too. There's so many combat achievements. Just clip every combat achievement.
Okay.
But
Noted.
one tip I have, if you do that, make your clips over a minute so it's a highlight. Because some people, whenever they give you a shout out on their stream, it shows a clip. I think if it's a highlight,
Yeah.
it won't show because you don't want, if it's something like really lame, that you're just using for
Oh.
context, I make it a minute and 1 second so that it won't show up.
Is that the okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I need
Yeah.
to go through my clips because I've been going into a couple streamers lately and they do the shout out thing over and over and over. And the clips are like
Mine
someone's
are so
obviously just
stupid.
pressed it and it's not even a real clip. It's just me going, "Yeah, how are you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
no way." And then I'm like,
It's the
"Oh,
same for me.
guys, I promise I'm funnier than that. Guys, don't look at that shout out." And then another one comes and it's the same exact thing. And I'm like, "No, guys, I swear, just 4 more. Maybe we'll get a good clip."
Just keep
But
going. Just it's fine. That happens to me all the time too.
hold on, I'm gonna bring Carrot up.
Yes. This is everyone's sign if you're not on YouTube to go on YouTube because
Because he's my baby. He's crying. Even
oh
though
my
he's enjoying his lovely
god.
pizzle.
Yeah,
Please
tell
don't
us all what
kiss
a
me right
pizzle
now.
is.
Okay, should I tell the story actually?
Yeah,
Because
do it. Tell us.
I was on stream, guys, and I was complaining. I've got my new puppy some treats that he loves. They're treats that are like, I don't know, high value treats or whatever they call them, so that he loves them a lot. They're his favorite thing in the world. And so I gave him one day in my bed while we were having a little Sunday snooze, and I noticed it smelt like really bad, like like pungent, like really bad. But I was like, oh, you know what? It's just a treat for my dog. He can enjoy that. And then um later on in this, I was messaging people like, wow, this treat really smells. I messaged like 4 people complaining all day about this, how much it smells. And then I went on stream and I was like, oh yeah, it smells really bad. Someone Googles what is a pizzle and puts the definition in the chat, like the full Google definition. And I'm reading it and it's like, this is made from pure da, 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 da. And it's like this long thing. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, because it is a bull's penis. And it is a bull's penis. I assume it's many bulls' willies
Peni.
and peni and combined and crushed and put together. And I mean, it would be, right? You know how sausages are made. Well, sausages are not. Okay, no, bad comparison. But you know how sausages are a bunch of meat and put together and squashed
Yeah,
and
a bunch of peni,
processed or
right?
whatever. Well, apparently this treat that I was giving my dog in my bed that smelt really pungent for good reason now that I think about it was a bull's. So yeah, and
He's
I've just
obsessed
given
with
him
bull's
another one.
penis.
He loves them. He loves them. They're his favorite. I put them on my wish list and people buy them for him and they love them. He loves
So
them.
you put bull's penis on your wish list.
I put bull's penis on. I say, guys, I've just updated my wish list and it's just 7 rows of bull's penis. Please purchase this for me, please.
Please God, we need more. My family is dying.
Yeah. If you are thinking of getting a takeaway tonight, guys, just skip that and get me the bull's penis, please, because I'm desperate for them, please. I really just need them.
She needs more. She needs more peni in her life.
Peni.
Sorry.
That reminds me of. Have you ever? Okay, I'm going off tangent. But have you ever seen?
We're
a video
talking about bull's
like,
penis, Hannah. You're fine.
True. Have you ever seen a video? It's like this giant jelly rat, and the video is him showing off this, like, it's not jelly. It's like that candy stuff, whatever it's called. And the video is him going, Gilo, Bilo, Pitred, Gumai, can die. And he's like, oh, no.
No, you sound crazy. I've never seen that.
Gilo, Bilo, Pitred, Gumai, can die. And he's just this, oh my God. I don't know why that reminded me. Peni, Bulleye. Anyway.
Literally, that just sounded like witchcraft. Like, it just sounded insane.
It was Minecraft enchanting tables, honestly.
Oh, but okay, what's your dog's name? Tell us about your puppy.
His name is Carrot. He is still crying. I'll bring him back.
It's okay.
Carrot. He is a miniature dachshund.
Oh, I didn't know he was a miniature one.
Yeah, so that's why he's so small. He's 5 months old now.
Oh,
Aren't you?
Little baby. How much bigger is he gonna get?
I don't think he's gonna get much bigger.
Oh my gosh.
But I went through a breakup, and I thought, well, I always wanted a dog, but we always decided against it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm gonna get a boyfriend and it's gonna be a dog. So I now have a boyfriend who's a dog who loves
penis.
Peni.
Peni. Your boyfriend loves peni.
Yeah, he loves it. He just can't get enough of it, honestly. But yeah, he's my baby. I love him so much. He's literally like, you know how people always say their animals save their life? Honestly.
Yeah.
Going through that breakup was rough. Yeah, so it's rough. Sorry.
Hey, got him.
Oh, sorry. My brain just puts things together.
No, that was a good one.
But yeah, he's my child. He was tiny when I first got him, and now he's
tinier still.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a little celebrity around where I live because I walk him every day.
Yeah.
And around the same place, and everyone always goes, Carrot, and like runs up to him and cuddles him. He loves it. He's a little sluzzer.
What does that mean?
Oh, well, I was trying to avoid the swearing.
It's okay. I'll cut it out if you say anything.
He loves people.
Oh, you're calling him an attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're okay. If I go to Runefest, can I meet your dog?
I hope to bring him. So I have autism, and am hoping to get him registered as like a care
Oh,
dog, not an autism dog. Yeah.
yeah, like
And
emotional
if
support kind of.
so, yeah, and if so, I think that they have to let him in, and in which case I will bring him.
Ooh,
But if not, then I probably won't because I've got an Airbnb for the whole weekend, and yeah, I would
okay.
need to bring him for the whole weekend if I did. Yeah.
I hope he could go because he would literally be the star of the entire Runefest. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, little carrot. He'd love it too.
Would you
So what
dress
are
him up?
you
Oh,
Oh
sorry.
yeah. Are you definitely coming to Roomfest or how are we going on that? We're fundraising right
Okay.
now, right?
I'm trying to not be delusional, but I'm pretty delusional. So I want to say I'm going because we've gotten $1,000, but we think it'll be like a few thousand. Like this isn't even enough for tickets to fly there. But I'm also trying to get a job so I can afford it and
Is this for
e-begging like
both of you,
crazy.
you and Rob?
Yeah, me and Robert too. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
then
it'll
hopefully.
be sorry.
No, it's okay. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say it'll be quite expensive. I think flights
Oh yeah,
alone are like gonna be like 1.5 each or something, right?
yeah. We're
If you're
thinking we saw
listening,
some for
guys,
like 1,000.
if you're listening, guys, fundraiser, go,
Thanks.
go. We're getting her
Give
to
me all your
Roomfest,
money.
okay? Give her your money or you hate women.
Or especially bisexual women, potentially homophobia
Especially
too.
oh, you're listening, guys.
Everyone's gonna be like, God, I hate her. Why does she say this stuff?
Hey, you're watching it, guys. You're watching it.
Yeah.
Signed
So
up for this.
you're going to Runefest, yeah? I'm guessing. Confirmed. Nice. Are you excited?
Definitely. Very. Yeah. I've been to one before.
Oh, you been
Sorry,
before?
he will.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I've been to one
okay.
before and it was interesting, but it was fun. Fun.
Was
I think this one's going to be crazy because think about how many new people came to RuneScape over COVID.
yeah.
Um, I'm actually low-key worried about them selling only 2K tickets.
Me too. I'm scared I'm
I
not gonna
feel
be able to
like,
get a ticket.
right? I feel like in my head, there's a lot more than 2,000 people who would want to go.
Yeah. So
But
I'm gonna have it open like on all of my devices in my apartment to try and get tickets.
me too. It's at the end of this month, right?
Yeah, I think it's end of March or beginning of April, something like that.
I'm
Nice.
gonna try my best.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Who are you most looking forward to meeting?
Hannah.
Yeah.
Hannah. Yeah, Hannah and Will. I think mostly Hannah. Will's like her sidekick, but mostly Hannah. I love her so much.
Oh,
And then everyone. I think my list is massive. Like the amount of people I would love to meet. Like I've met quite a few, especially like the older streamers, like the older British ones, because I used to go to the Dead Men things as well.
oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, definitely Hannah. I'm gonna harass her. I think I'm gonna like in a friendly way.
Just follow her
I'm
around. No, I'm gonna be
gonna.
the same way with Fem. I've just planned on following her around the entire time.
I can't believe you haven't met Fem. I've met Fem, and if you love her now, like just wait till you meet her. She's
Oh
like the sweetest,
no, I've
amazing
met her. I'm
girl.
just obsessed with her, and I'm gonna follow her
Oh, you've
around.
met her? Oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
I love her so much. I love Fem
She
so
she came to Amsterdam to hang out with us whenever we went a couple years ago, and I met her whenever she was here during TwitchCon the other year too. She came and got lunch with me.
Oh yeah, she went to TwitchCon. I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm obsessed with her. I'm gonna follow her around and annoy her.
good. We both should.
We
We should. We should
just
start
follow
a
her
fan
around.
club behind her.
A femme club? Eh?
A fem club. Let's
That
go.
was a little bit of a reach, but you know what? We try. But
Never a reach.
I got
Never.
hella distracted. Tell me about your next dev. I know that's like so 180 from where we are right now, but I meant to ask about it.
Okay, so I oh, it's so dumb. I lost. What did I lose? I lost many items. Luckily, I had some dupes, but I lost my Fang, my Avernic, so my Dragon Defender as well, my Rune Pouch, Bandos top, bottoms, prims. Uh, can't remember what else. But it was
Everything.
the stupidest death. I got distracted while casing after dying the first time, and I came back and I was out of prayer and dead. And at first I was like, "Well, I've got to re-KC now," and then I realized that I also lost my items, which is yeah. But I got
No.
everything back because the game
Good.
loves me.
I know, spooned. What the heck?
Honestly, I went to oh, I lost my jaw as well. I went 2.7K for my basilisk jaw the first time. And then the second time I went and did one task and I got it back. And I'm so grateful because that I hated that the most. But
Oh my god. How long were you like without your gear? Because I feel like your next death wasn't even that long ago and you've already rebuilt.
no. I went kind of crazy when I got back. Like when I did that, I went hard getting it all back. But I think it was about 2 weeks that I lost it all. Thank God I had Banda's top and bottom dupes because I would have cried if I lost those.
Having to go to Pandas again, barf.
Yeah, honestly, especially after finishing it completely, like I do not want to do that boss. Although with a T-bow now, I could,
I
but
know, now your team
yeah,
on nothing's hard.
no, game's free. I've finished it.
You beat the entire game just like that. You went from losing everything to next to beating the game in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, someone when I died, the person that I was at next with said that they died the same way, and then the week after they got a shadow and a T-bow. So I'm
Oh,
hoping that I have the same luck. Maybe I'm gonna get a shadow. Who
I know,
knows?
probably.
Yeah, I mean I'm so dry everywhere. I'm not really actually.
I
That's a
was like,
lie.
your two sites.
I'm
What do you
like
mean?
Yeah, I'm like dry because I say so. But
No, yeah. People have made jokes with me before, being like, oh, I'm dry, like Boone dry, which means I'm not actually dry at all, but I feel like I deserve something.
yeah, exactly. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Shadow just going to be your next goal?
I think so, unfortunately. I think I don't know, I'm a little bit burnt from the game. Well, I'm not burnt, but that next death did take it out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm like a little bit lost. Also, my account, I don't know what I need to do on my account. I need to do the DT2 bosses, Toa, and I guess Chambers, but yeah. It's just it feels like I don't have that much content to do anymore. I could go for pets and things like that, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm a little bit burnt on it. So that's why I've been playing the hardcore a little bit more and the main, but not really. Just doing random stuff on
What kind
it.
of stuff do you do on the hardcore? Like PVM?
So no, not yet. It's
Okay.
only a baby. I mostly skill on them. So at the moment it is let me look it up real quick. So it's
Yeah.
1700 total.
Nice.
My goal on it right now is to get Black Mask because it's only 55 Slayer. And
Oh,
then also
cool.
I want to get 70 prayer and then do barrows. That would be
Oh,
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like starting accounts again is like the most fun thing. And then like
Oh, I
mid game
love it.
sucks. Yeah, it's so fun.
I love it. I love I'm a little bit I like yeah, I like to follow the especially on an Iron Man, I like to follow the OSRS guide
I don't
and I
know
just
that
go through
one.
them step by step and it tells you exactly what to do to get to SOT. So, but
Oh,
at one point
cool.
it's like do um chef what's it called? The cook one in
A cook's
Lumbridge and then it
assistant.
goes that's the one and then it will go get 99 fire making and then you're
Oh,
like, "Oh." Oh, okay, I was just chilling and now you want me to get 99
yeah.
fire
Have
but
you done that?
yeah.
Have you gone the 99?
Boone, I have 4 dead hardcores with 99 thieving and 99 fire making.
Ew. This is why on hardcores I can't get behind going and grinding a 99. If you're a hardcore, you're gonna grind it and what, you're just gonna die the next day? Like
Yeah, that's I'm not I'm learning from my ways. This one is like a very old one now. I think it's been like months and months that I've had this. I recently did SOT on it, so I
oh,
can go and do
GZ.
gauntlet, but I only have like 40 range, so I can't go and do gauntlet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never understood that, the maxing early level, because I'm like, if you, what's the point if you're just gonna potentially die?
yeah. Yeah, that's a yeah, I'm learning from my ways.
You're maturing.
Exactly. I'm growing. Growth.
Yeah. Do you like work on your combat achievements a lot on your iron?
I recently got masters,
Oh, you
but
finished masters?
yeah, and
GC.
I love it. But I that's all I have. I don't have I don't have it in me to do GM anytime
Mm-hmm.
soon. I do go and do like random combat achievements. Like I did perfect Vard Orvis the other day just because I was killing Vard. But
Nice.
yeah, I don't know.
I saw that you like did like some of the speed time for chambers, and I was like, oh, you could just like work for combat achievements for a goal. But if you already got masters, grandmasters is like such a big step after that.
Yeah. I think now with T-Boy, I might go back into the Infernal, which is, yeah, it's been a while. So that's nerve wracking. But I think if I can get Infernal down, I think that I could actually go for GM. I
Oh
think
my
some of them will be really
gosh.
hard though. Yeah.
What did you use to get
But
your infernal cape? Like Bofa?
so far, yeah.
You're so brave.
Yeah.
Oh my
Rough.
god.
But
When
now I have a T-Bow. Should
was
go back in, but
was has it been like a really long time? When did you get your inferno?
like 3 years.
Oh god. That's
Yeah.
it's like starting over probably.
Yeah. It's it's gonna be rough, I think. It'll be okay actually, but
You're a gamer.
still rough. I think it's like the hooking yourself up to like go and do it. That's the
Hmm.
hardest part.
Yeah, it's just it's such a time sink. That's kind of what makes me not want to go and try to Inferno. It's like, okay, I'm gonna spend like an hour working on this, and I know I'm not even gonna make it far. So it's like a
Yeah.
little discouraging.
And then streaming it as well is rough because you get a lot of people who backseat and
Backseat.
you know.
Did you have a lot of that whenever
Yeah.
you were getting your cape? Did you stream
No,
that?
because I didn't stream. No, I
Oh,
only started streaming like 2 years ago, I think.
wait.
Yeah.
What made you decide to start streaming?
I don't know. I actually can't remember. I think I was in Discord with my friends and they were like, you should just give it a go. And I was like, okay. And then I went live and I just really enjoyed it. I don't
Oh,
know.
I feel
Yeah.
like you're a really good streamer
I
too.
You think so?
Yeah, you're very like talkative
I
and interactive.
I applied for partner. Um
Yeah, how's that?
he's
How's that going?
he's hoping. It's been like a week and a half.
Okay. Was that your first time applying for partner?
No, I've applied like I'm gonna say like 5 or 6 times. No, maybe even more.
It takes like a
Because like at
while,
this,
right?
yeah, I think I hit the 75 and I just got really excited and started applying every time I could. And
Nice.
um then I realized that it takes into account like you have to hit that every stream and you have to um
Like over time hit it, yeah.
yeah, and you also have to like the raid amounts. So I was getting when I first was doing the 75 thing, so many people were raiding me because they knew I was doing the partner push.
Yeah.
And it ends up being a disservice because like it pushes your raid percentage like up. I don't know. It's a bit confusing, but my numbers are doing well now, so I'm hoping. But yeah,
Yeah. Do you you're doing like full-time streaming now, yeah? Or going to try to?
yeah. So I got made redundant from my job, which was like a work from home job, but now I'm just chilling. I think for a couple months I'll give it a go and see if I can like live off it and do
I
it.
hope
And
so. That'd be so cool.
yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It is a bit. I do feel like I'm lost in the day because I don't
Yeah.
have anything to do except stream, and so I'm like,
If you ever want help making like shorts and stuff, I could try and teach you too if that's something you're interested in. Cause like I get that
yeah,
way too. I just make shorts whenever I'm not streaming.
yeah. I've been so like when I'm not streaming, I'm like, well, I could just be streaming right now. Like I'm just so
Probably a good way to
bored
think
that
of it.
yeah, but then I don't have the stamina to actually stream because I'm just so. It's way easier to just play the game and zone out than to
Yeah.
like entertain, obviously. But
That's why I tell people sometimes because they're like, if you're gonna be playing the game, why aren't you just live? And I'm like, because I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to sit here and like
yeah,
stare at my screen like a
yeah,
demon.
exactly. That's like half the time I'm just like a mute, just sat here or like watch TV or something. I don't want to.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
same. I like watching shows or listening to podcasts while I do it, and I'm like,
same.
I kind of miss doing work where I could just listen to podcasts all day because now I'm like editing or streaming, and I'm like, I miss just listening to
Yeah.
stuff.
No, because I'm the same. When I was working, I always used to listen to podcasts too. So and it was like my downtime, but now I feel yeah. I feel like I don't have any downtime and too much downtime all at the same time. But
I feel exactly the same way.
yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing with my time, but somehow there's not enough of it at the same time.
Yeah.
What kind of podcast do you listen to?
I used to listen to H3, but that was like ages ago. I stopped listening to them.
I don't know what that is, to be honest.
H3, it's Ethan Klein.
That
And
sounds kind of familiar, actually.
yeah, but it's yeah. I need to get more podcasts because I've kind of run out. And YouTube's a little bit dry right now too. I feel like there's
Yeah.
not too many people that I used to watch putting out content, so I haven't been watching as much. What other podcasts do I listen to? I don't think I have recently, so I don't know. Who do you listen to?
I listen to like true crime stuff, which is probably very.
Oh, I do too. Or
Oh,
like
you do?
YouTube
Okay.
videos who are true crime. There's
Yeah.
this I forget all the names, but I listen to all of them. I really like who's the Aussie girl? Bella?
Sure. I don't know her. Is she the one? I know there's someone that like does their makeup while doing it. They're
No,
like more
that's
well on YouTube.
it's like Ella or something like that.
Okay.
Eleanor.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I listen like Crime Junkies and
I used to listen to that at work. I
yeah.
love it. I love it. So funny. I swear to God that there's not a woman that I meet that doesn't love crime podcasts or
Okay,
crime.
like why is that? Why do we
I
like
have
true
no idea.
crime?
I have no idea. And then we all like frightened to walk down the street, but we listen to all this true crime.
It's our own fault.
So funny. I think that subconsciously we might make the decision to like listen to it because we feel like we're learning from it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
I
that's
try
too
to
deep,
like
but
psychoanalyze myself because like Robert, he doesn't like scary things. He doesn't like true crime, and he'll like ask what I'm listening to, and I'm just like, do you really want to know? And he's like, why are you listening to that? I'm like, you literally wouldn't get it, but also I don't know why I listen to it either.
no, it's just interesting. I love it.
It is. Yeah, I guess it is just like making us more aware of what could happen because sometimes I feel almost bad listening to it. I'm like, am I exploiting people? I don't know.
Right? Sometimes I'll listen to one and it'll be like about a case where um the family has been like, please stop reporting on it. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I feel bad like listening to that, but also
you're interested at the same time.
yeah.
No, I
I'm
feel
already
that.
halfway through. No. I think that happened with sorry.
No,
I think
go
that
ahead.
happened with Ted Bundy on Netflix.
Oh, like the show with
Yeah, I
Evan
think
Peters.
I,
Is that his name?
yes.
No, I'm thinking Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes.
I'm thinking of the wrong
No,
show.
yeah,
Maybe.
that's what I'm actually thinking.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually thinking of Jeffrey Dahmer. His family, like, not his family, the victim's family, all came out and were like, we don't support this. We don't want this. Like, please stop. Like, nah, we'll make it anyway. Whatever.
I know I didn't watch that one because I did see that. I'm like, I was interested in it, and I was like, I don't know. I feel weird watching it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I only watched a couple episodes, then I saw it and I was like,
Maybe not.
Yeah. Also, I watched a couple episodes, and even before knowing the family, it just felt weird. Like the way that they dramatize something so real is insane. But yeah.
Yeah. I think like documentary stuff more rather than like fictionalized version of what happened.
Yeah, I think the fictionalized version is especially when it's something so fresh that the victims' families are still around. I mean, I would get it if it was like if it was in 100 years and something came out and we were telling that story in a fictionalized version. There's less people affected who were affected.
But it's like 40 years ago or something like that, right?
Yeah,
there's still a lot of people around.
Yeah, like I don't know. That's not long enough. Like imagine their children just having to now watch this really popular show about how their family was killed. Yeah, in such a gruesome way too. Like it showed everything in that show, and it was
really.
Yeah, it was like, have you seen Hannibal?
Oh God, yeah.
I love
Hannibal. Hannibal was good. It was very graphic though.
Very graphic, but it was. That's exactly what that Jeffrey Dahmer thing was like, and it was kind of like, yeah, it was just daunting to watch. But
Yeah. Hannibal at least was fake. So it's not
Hannibal
as
was
like
so good. Oh
Hannibal
my
was so
gosh,
good.
I love that show. Just the that like, psychology behind it all, and
It was
Will.
all really gay too.
Yeah,
That's why my teenage me liked
so
to watch
good.
it.
I really did.
I used to actually do a true crime podcast with my sister and then one of our friends. And my sister ended up quitting because she started having nightmares too much. And
Oh,
yeah, that was like feeling like almost guilty talking about people's stories was like one of the reasons I like kind of wanted to stop doing it. There's
yeah.
one time I feel this is like the most shameful moment of my life. I feel it was an accident, but I was like half asleep posting on Instagram about this person's story, and I got their name confused and just put a completely different first name, and someone that knew them in real life commented and corrected me, and I just like
Oh,
I felt like the worst
yeah.
person in the world.
Yeah. I mean, it's an honest mistake, but it does make you feel like a certain way about it, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can't imagine. It's one thing listening to these like the stories that people tell of
Hmm.
true crime, but I couldn't imagine doing all the research behind it and getting all the like being the person who puts it all together. That I think
Yeah, it's
that
kind
would
of a
take a
lot.
toll on me as well.
It
Yeah.
definitely does.
Yeah.
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 There's like also like sometimes people just like put pictures in the middle of articles that you're just like not expecting to. Yeah. It's kind of gross. Wouldn't recommend. Listening though,
Yeah.
when you don't have to do the research is nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Because at least that's
nice.
I mean, yeah,
You know what I
the
mean.
better alternative.
I don't know how I got to talking about death. Sorry about that.
It was next.
It was next just like led us to Jeffrey Dahmer at some point. Just an
Exactly.
accident.
Exactly.
Are you going to go back to Next on your account? Or are you like done there?
Yeah. No, I have not received a single next drop. That's
Oh,
another
really?
goal, I guess. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm 230 KC. I haven't seen anything in
Okay.
anyone's name.
Oh,
I'm
ew.
yeah, so not even getting split money or anything. But I will go back there, especially with my Tebow, because I think that's my best in slot there now.
Yeah. Oh, how exciting.
Exciting. Yeah.
uh, what was I gonna say? Sorry. Oh, one thing that I really wanted to ask you about that's not related to anything is what's up with Danny DeVito in your stream?
Oh my god, I don't know. I have an obsession with It's Always Sunny and Danny DeVito.
Oh,
Frank.
is that why?
Yeah, I just love Danny DeVito so much. He's so funny. What a character.
You
And I
have,
bought a cardboard cutout,
yeah. I
yeah,
was
of
gonna ask
him.
about
And
that.
it's real size, but it's still smaller than me and I love it. And I've had a bit where I make out with it on stream and yeah.
That's what
Oh, I love it.
inspired me. I was
I
like,
love him so much.
you're in love with him?
Look, if I could spend the night with Danny DeVito, I would. No, I
You
wouldn't.
know, he probably
I would.
listens to this podcast and he's gonna hit you up now.
Danny, hit my line.
Danny, this one's for
Okay.
you.
Shout out.
So now that you've been like over the iron life, or are you over the iron life? Like, should I say
No,
that? Okay.
no, I'm still love it.
But yeah.
I'm just
What kind
a
of
little bit bad.
on the main you're skilling, or sorry, on the hardcore you're skilling? What are you doing on your main account?
On my main account, I was going for Quest Cape,
Oh,
and
cool.
I think I'm 2 quests away. And then I was just, it's not really like a built up account. It's kind of fresh. It was one of my hardcores that died that I like de-ironed and
Oh,
started
really?
building
Okay.
again. I got 99 construction and crafting, and now I'm doing Slayer, which is fun.
Nice. Okay.
It's fun to do main Slayer because going in the wilderness and not caring about dying, losing anything.
True. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't think I could handle being an iron that much.
Iron is iron is fun though. It's very rewarding, but it is very tedious. Spend
Yeah,
half your time doing chores.
that's true. I feel like that's kind of just RuneScape though. Like you're doing it and you're
Yeah.
like, dang, this kind of sucks. Then you get the drop and you're like, just kidding. I had so much fun the entire
Yeah.
grind.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I complain all the time about blood runes, about scales, about all these tedious things that like bird's nests for brews and things like that. Um, that I should spend more time doing, but I don't. But
I
that is
mean,
what Iron Man. I mean, the whole way, there's always just one more thing you have to do, one more thing, one more thing. Then
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, at least it always keeps it interesting.
it does. I quite like that. I don't understand how people stick to one piece of content because I've always hopped around and
Yeah.
done like a couple raids here, a couple raids there. Whereas some people I know will do like weeks and weeks of solo chambers, and I'm like, how
No.
are you not insane? Yeah, I
Especially
couldn't.
solo. Like, if it's in a group, that's different. But that's just so
Yeah.
much alone doing nothing.
Yeah.
I
I would
can't.
I would lose my mind if I had to do one piece of content until it was like completed. But so many people do, especially irons. Irons always
Hmm.
do that.
You're not that kind
I
of iron.
no, absolutely not. I will do 17,000 million different things.
Yeah, because I saw like you said that you were like grinding after decks to get all your stuff again. So I thought you were like that person, going and doing everything until you get what you need. So you're hopping around.
Yeah, I was hopping. I was doing like a like 50 people were getting angry because I would get a serve task and be like, okay, serve. And then I'd be like, anyone want a tower? Anyone want a top? Anyone want to do this? Because save me from serve. I've already killed 40. I don't want to kill anymore.
It's hard to
So I
stay
would
in the
do like
same
half a task.
place.
Exactly. I don't like looking at it all the time. I get bored. But yeah, I've always been the type to like go and do many different things.
Yeah,
But
that's happened too. Like, I've been really into doing Tob lately, but I also like whenever I don't feel like doing that, I go work on CAs or I really want Scurrius. So I'm like go and kill rat for hours.
how much KC do you have?
Almost 3,200. I'm over the drop right
Ooh.
now. I've
Yeah, how much
never
is
gone
the
dry.
pet?
One out of 3,000. So I'm 200 over almost. I've never gone dry on a pet. I've only ever gotten spoon. I've never gone the drop rate on a pet. Other than Chaos Ellie, I went 3 times the drop rate, but it's only 300, so that wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
So this
You'll
is
you'll
pain.
get the rat soon. I like the rat pet.
The
I think
rat
it's a
pet's
good
cute.
yeah, I think it's a really good not animation, good model.
Yeah.
I like
People have called me a rat before, so I'm like, okay, I feel like that'd be funny
it.
to have a little rat following me around.
Me and my rat.
You talk about your dog? You look like you
No,
were
I
looking
just
around when you
looked at the
said it.
same time. I just looked at the same time because
I'm like,
he's
how
like
dare?
he is my rat to be honest.
Oh,
No, he's my little vegetable.
you're a
Carrot.
little vegetable. That's so cute. What are your favorite pets in the game? Do you have any?
Uh, yeah, I love the BA pet. I love Corp Puppy and Soda Seg pet, which I
You like
have.
like the big ones. Oh, you have the soap one?
Yeah, I really like when. Yeah, I do. I
Oh,
really like when
cool.
the character, like the model, is like huge.
Yeah, like the big
I
doggos.
don't know. Yeah, like big ones. That's why I don't like the Hellhound pet because it's like a tiny model. All the really old ones are really small. Oh, I like
They are.
Venenatis as well because that one's big.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I never hear people talking about like the Venenatis pet, honestly. Like I kind of forget
I
about
love
it.
it. I like the old model rather than the new one. But I just realized that you probably meant big as in like hard to get, didn't you?
Oh no, no. I meant physically
No.
big.
Okay. Okay, cool.
But
I
also,
was
yeah,
like, I
you did
jumped the
say ones
gun
that are hard to get.
Yeah, I would love the BA pet. That one is just so obnoxious. I
I
love it.
yeah, I like want it and I call it cute, but I'm like it's cute in like an ugly way and
Yeah,
it looks like a gross bug, but like I need it.
yeah, I love it. I love it.
That's cute. Have you gone like super dry grinding any pets before?
I've never grinded a pet. Ground.
I
I've
don't know how to
never
say it either, honestly.
grinded a pet. Yeah, I don't think I ever have. I think yeah, never. I think I went dry for the top pet because I got it at like 800 KC
Yikes.
or 900 or something, like with combined. But yeah, I've never set out to get a pet. I do want the Jad pet, which will be my first grind, I think, for a pet. But
When are you gonna start that grind? That's one of my top 3 favorite pets. I don't have it, but I love it.
now that I have a TiVo, fight
Oh,
games might be really fun.
oh, they're
But
gonna be so fast. What the heck?
yeah, I think that would be, yeah. I don't know. I have so many things that I want to do that it's just, ah,
Do you
overwhelming.
ever, yeah, do you ever feel like there's so much things to do, you just don't do any of it? Because that's kind of like
Yeah,
me.
me. I've been like, oh, I need to do this, this, and this on my iron, and then I load up a different game, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
supermarket simulator. I'm working at Tesco's now, guys.
I'm
I've
working
got a
at
job
Tesco's
now.
now.
I've
What
been
are they?
addicted to that all week, but
Yeah, I've never played that before. Is it like you just
it's
pretend
so
to work?
dumb. Yes.
It's
Stock the
weird.
shelves, you set the price. Yes, I feel so stupid playing it, but I really love it. And
As long as you like
oh,
it, that's okay.
exactly. That's what my friends keep telling me. I'm like, this is so dumb. I'm 28 years old and don't have a job in real life, but I'm pretending to have a job in a video game.
That's
And they're,
I also don't have a job and all I do is kill a virtual rat all day because I want a
yeah.
smaller rat following me around. Like life comes at
But
you
we
like
have
that
fun.
sometimes. We have fun and that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Do you play
Yeah.
other games other than your supermarket simulator?
No, I dabble. Like I've played like Minecraft. Like everyone's played Minecraft.
I've never
I've
played
played
Minecraft.
Fortnite. You've never played
Never
Minecraft?
played Minecraft. I need to. I know I should and
Wow.
I'd like it, but I never have.
Yeah, you would love it. If you like RuneScape, well, it's not really a good comparison, but everyone who likes RuneScape likes Minecraft. Minecraft
Yeah,
is just a fun game to sink some time in. You could do like a playthrough,
I
a
should.
let's play.
That'd be
Yeah,
cute.
that would be fun, especially if it's your first time like experiencing it, because it is fun.
Yeah. Do you ever play like scary games?
Uh, I don't, not really. I played Phasmophobia for the first time the other day, and
Wait, I love
I
Phasmo.
I'm so bad at it, but I had fun, but I was screaming the entire time. And I was
That's
probably
yeah.
really annoying in voice because I was brand new and I got stuck behind a door and I was like, ah.
Oh,
And I was like, let me out. I didn't realize I was behind a door because it was so dark. And someone came in, my friend came in the room and was looking for me and she was like, where are you? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. It's really dark. And I was like stuck behind a door in the bedroom, like here,
oh
just
my
screaming and
god.
like shaking in real life because I was like, I could hear like the ghost or whatever. So dumb.
That's so funny. No, that's like the
Oh,
average Phasmo experience when you're learning. At least you're not just hanging out in the van. That's what I would do. I'd be like, I'm gonna watch for dots, and I would just stay in the van because I'd be too
oh
scared to go
no.
inside.
I'm the first one. I'm terrified, but I love the thrill. I'm the first one
Yay!
inside. I'm like, yes, let's go.
Hell yeah, that's so fun. We should play Phasmo sometime. I
We
love that
should.
game.
I'm down.
I think.
Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say I think Fem has it too. We could get Fem to play.
Hell yeah. I will be screaming though.
That's okay.
I can't help it. I do scream, but it's a lot of fun. I've wanted to get into more scary games, but I don't know which ones to. I don't know. I need to look for them.
Oh my god, I'll tell you like a million if you like just let me know what you're looking for and I got you. I've been
Yeah.
really into scary games now. Even though like
What's your favorite?
um there was one that it was one of the scariest ones I played. It was called Madison and there's like unavoidable like jump scares and stuff and it's just the tension I felt playing that game, I feel like it took years off of my life, but like in a fun way.
Yeah. What's the like goal of the game?
You're I don't even know what the goal is. It's kind of like a story almost like you just like arrive in this house and like you've been like locked in a room and like I think it was I played like a year ago. So if I'm wrong and
Yeah.
anyone's like you're telling a lie, then my bad. But like you're just like going around like investigating this house because it's kind of like you're possessed almost by like someone who like killed a bunch of people before and like
Yeah.
the way that you could see stuff is by taking pictures. So you'll be like in a dark hallway and you can't see anything. You have to take a picture and the flash goes
Oh
off
my
and that's how you
gosh.
see. It's
Oh,
scary, but it's
that
really
sounds fun though.
it is fun though. Yeah. It's a good
Sounds
stream
fun.
game. You would be very entertaining playing Madison on stream.
Yeah. Maybe I should give that a go.
I would recommend it. Someone gift her that game. Thank you.
Or you hate women. Thanks.
Or you hate women.
So far, we want Pizzles, a Runefest flight or two, and
Madison, the
all the
game.
games, every game.
Yeah. I hate that bull penis is the first thing that we requested.
I know. Hey, Carrot doesn't hate it.
Yeah, Carrot
Let it
loves his
happen.
peni.
He's finally settled.
What a cutie. I know he was like whining a little bit, but I was like, I feel like it's probably not picking up too much. If you're
Yeah,
listening, sorry.
sorry, audio listeners.
That's okay. Just go watch on YouTube so you could see beautiful puppy and beautiful Hanny. Also, I love your hair color so much. I already told you this. It's so pretty.
Thank
so
you.
pretty.
I think it looks way more vibrant on stream, on
Oh,
camera.
really?
I think so. Like when I take a picture, it's a lot less red, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love it. I used to get bullied for my red hair, so I hated it for like my whole life.
Aw,
And now I'm like, I love it.
it's so pretty. I feel like everyone likes red hair now. I don't know when the switch happened, but I'm glad it
I don't
did.
know either. Yeah.
Do you dye it all, or is it just like naturally red, super red?
Naturally.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy you, but natural. And then I'm just gonna get a small dog, and I'm just gonna pretend I'm you.
Do it.
Easy.
Play.
I do love little
You'll have
wiener dogs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the long-haired ones when their hair's like kind of dragging. I think it's
Same.
so
Oh
cute.
my god. I think if I got a second one, I'd get a long-haired one.
Would you ever get a second one, or would that be overwhelming?
No, I would definitely, but my flat is like I live in like a tiny one bedroom flat, so
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have enough space right now. But maybe when I move, if I move, if when.
You're from Australia, yeah? To England?
Yeah.
Are you planning on
Yep.
staying in England, or would you ever move back?
No, I've been here for like 8 years. I don't think I would ever move back.
Hey, are you
All
like
my
a citizen? Sorry.
Yeah, I
Oh,
have
you
dual
are.
citizenship, so like both passports. So,
Oh.
but all my family's in Australia, and it's hard, but I love England. I don't know what it is about it. It's like so quaint. Everyone always is like, "How dare you move from Australia, the paradise?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's
If
one thing to visit a holiday there in the nice sun. That's another thing living there." But
No, I hate living like where it's hot and stuff. And based on what
yeah, it's
everyone
like
says, I'm like, no.
yeah, it gets like 45 degrees Celsius, which is like
Yeah.
like burning. Like it's so hot you can't exist in that space without like aircon or something like that.
Yeah, no, thank you. I always forget that you're Australian because, like, I'm really, really bad at accents for some reason. So I'm like, yeah, this is an English accent. I don't know.
I mean, I have like a really British accent. I think because I've lived
You
here for
do?
so long,
Okay.
really impressionable. So you'll hear the Aussie come out. Like if I'm angry or excited, it comes out. But it's hidden. It's in the depths now.
Okay, now you're just like fully British.
Yeah. I'm like hiding from my Australian past. I'm a
That's
fugitive.
okay. A fugitive from Australia.
Yeah.
Um, we could probably move on to the Q&A unless there's anything you wanted to talk about before.
No, we can do the Q&A.
Because you have a lot of questions, so I'm like kind of intimidated. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you had one extra. I'll tell you whenever we get to it. It's someone just asked like whenever you're live about your TiVo, something about that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Our first question is from Yeetgreet Femme. She said, first off, OMG, I love Hanny. She loves you, just so you know.
No,
Uh,
damn.
what are your favorite flowers?
My favorite flowers. It's a hard one because I really just like tulips or like roses. I think I
Oh.
just like all flowers though. So it's a hard one to, but I'm really basic. I just like roses, flowers,
I mean,
roses.
people like them for a reason, even if they're
Yeah, they're
basic.
really
They're really
pretty.
pretty.
They're really pretty. Every flower is pretty though. I like lilies. I used to have a lily plant, but it died. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Um, R.I.P. Gone but not forgotten. they're really hard to look after. So
Oh, I'm like really bad. I have an air plant right above my desk, and it's been dried up for like 2 years. It's an air plant. Like I don't even know how it died.
yeah, they keep kicking even when they're dead, I swear. But
Yeah,
yeah. Do you have a favorite flower?
I like snapdragons. I have a tattoo of a snapdragon, like on the back of my
Oh,
ankle. I would be showing you my foot right now, so I'm not gonna do that while I'm recording. But I'll send you a
I'm gonna
picture after
Google
if I
that
remember.
because
Oh yeah,
oh wow, okay, yeah, I like those. Those
I
are
like.
really beautiful.
You could grab the side of them, and it looks like their mouths are opening like little dragons. I'm like, oh wow.
Wait, oh my gosh, wait, I have so I like to take pictures of like bees and I have
Oh, I love
pictures of
bees.
bees like with just their bum like sticking out of the
Ah,
little
that's
flowers.
so
So cute.
cute.
Yeah, I have a
I
bee
saw that. I was
tattoo.
gonna compliment it. It's so pretty. It's so well done. I love it.
It's my only tattoo. I love it.
It's your only one, and you just got a little bee. That's super
Yep,
cute.
just a little bee, but it's my favorite.
I love looking at bees.
Yeah.
Whenever I walk by them, I'll like. I did that yesterday actually. I walked by and I saw a little lizard and I took a picture. And I looked over and saw a bunch of bees and I took a picture of all the little bees.
That's what I do. I love taking pictures of them. And have you ever put your I'm like a bee nerd, but have you ever put your finger, if you ever feel a bee like flying, put your finger underneath it and you can like feel the wind. They make like a little
No,
like tornado kind of thing and you can like feel it and it's so bizarre.
really?
So bizarre. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I want to try to do that
Do
next
it.
time. That's so
Yeah, do it.
cool.
It
Oh, I
doesn't
didn't know that.
they're obvious so many people are scared of bees, but if you can they're not gonna like
Sting
harass
you.
you or anything. They're so calm.
Have you ever been stung by a bee?
Um Probably, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
Have you?
In a really dumb way, when I was a kid, my older brother told me I should catch one and shake it, and I did, and it stung
Oh
me.
my
But
rite of
other than that, no.
passage, you have to shake a bee.
I know. I was just like, okay. It's the only time,
And then you get
though.
stung.
Yeah, and I was just like, why would you do this to me?
Oh.
Fim also asked though to ask about the rest of your plants because I see you got like hella plants all around you, and I love it.
I love them. I used to have a lot more, but kind of cut it back, gave some away because it's a lot to look after.
How long have
But
you
I
been
love
like
them.
keeping them?
Probably like 2 years now.
Okay,
I never used to have any plants, and then I just suddenly was like, I really like plants. My mom has like a house full, and I
that's so
missed it,
awesome.
so I was like, I'm gonna get my own. And it was when I moved into this flat because I really wanted to make it like a. Because I used to live in like a house share, and I
Yeah,
didn't ever make it my own. So now I just made this one really nice and homely, and lots of plants.
it looks really pretty. I like it.
Thank you.
Do you ever like struggle to keep them alive?
Uh, there are some like the peace lily or like orchids. Orchids were really hard. So
Orchids
once
seem
they start going,
scary.
orchids are hard. Like you have to
Yeah,
have a brain to look after them, and I don't have a brain. So
same.
I gave up. I was like, I don't. I bought another one when my first one died, and I was like, yeah, this time's the one. I'm gonna keep it alive. But no, it's
No,
R.I.P. Be the orchids.
I can't even do. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, the air plant. So imagine trying to keep an orchid alive sounds like kind of impossible.
Yeah, they're hard. I don't know what they want, so
I don't.
it was just hard.
I've been like told by people, mostly Robert, he's like, how can we get a pet if you can't even keep plants alive? And I'm like, okay, a pet is way easier to take care of. I feel like they could communicate more. Plants just
Yeah,
like
they
sit
tell
there.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, and plants
A
are just
plant
dying.
also there's like a lot more information about how to keep a dog and yeah, or a
Exactly.
pet, you know.
Yeah. I'm like, I know I could take
Silly
care of a
Robert.
cat.
Don't What are you saying, Robert?
He's just scared that he'd love the cat too much.
Real. It's always, the dads who are like, we're never getting a pet, and then you finally get a pet, and it's like their favorite thing in the world. My
Literally. I
dad was like
know.
that with cats.
Do you have have you ever had dogs growing up, or is this like your first dog?
No, yeah, I had so
Oh,
many
okay.
dogs growing up.
Cute. Okay.
So many. I had two. Yeah.
So many, honestly, like unheard of amounts of dogs.
Like I was the crazy dog lady, honestly. We had two.
You
We
had,
did we did have. I'll tell you the story. We had a
Okay.
bird called
Oh,
Charlie, and it was like a little
Charlie.
parakeet or parrot or some lorikeet. I don't know what they're called.
Little
And
guy.
apparently, I found this out when I was older. Um, we had many birds called Charlie because they would die or fly away, and my mom would
No.
just go and get the one that looks the same and replace.
Poor
And so,
Charlie.
yeah, so we just had many, many, many birds that we all thought were the same one.
Oh
So
my god. That's
we're like, how's this
morbid.
bird lasted like 7 years? This is a crazy bird. And meanwhile, it's like 25 birds, all called
Dude,
Charlie.
they just show up at your house. They
Yeah.
didn't have a chance of surviving for some reason.
No.
It's like a death sentence.
Yeah. Like, mom, don't buy any. Maybe it's time to let Charlie go.
Let Charlie
No, but
go.
the funniest thing is, one day we did say goodbye to Charlie because Charlie passed away, and we had a little burial in the front yard,
Hmm.
and then we got a dog,
Oh,
and we named it Charlie.
no. Why would you name it Charlie?
It's like the curse of Charlie, but he lived to be like 19 years old, so it's fine.
How
But-
many dogs was he really? Just like 100 dogs over time.
Wow, Charlie's looking very black today. Oh, it's
Yeah.
a Dachshund now.
Literally.
No, it's so funny. I just can't believe that she kept it up for that long and then suddenly told us when we were older, but it's very funny.
Whose choice was it to name the dog after the bird? Was that a child's choice or like an adult's decision?
No, I think my mum. I think my mum named him Charlie. I know. It's crazy.
She loves the name Charlie for pets.
Yeah.
She's
Yep.
obsessed.
It might, I don't know.
That's
Yeah, I
actually
don't know.
so funny. That's kind of a little unhinged to just get another
It's very
pet,
unhinged.
but I love it.
Yeah. Bless.
That's hella funny. Fem also asked, this isn't as relevant now, but she said, what is your ideal day out when you're not rebuilding from your death to stupid necks?
My ideal day out, I've actually had my ideal day out with Fem when
Aw.
I took her and Megan to a place in London called Kew Gardens.
She sent
and
me
it-
pictures.
Yeah,
So
it is the
pretty.
most beautiful. They've got like observatories full of like flowers and plants, and like I think they have. I think you can't see it as like a pedestrian, but it's like
Mhm.
they have a seed vault there where they have like all the different seeds from different trees and things
That's
like
so
that, and it's
cool.
yeah, that's my ideal day out. Love Kew
Aw.
Gardens so much. And when I get Carrot, because they don't allow dogs, but when I get Carrot to be a little autism doggy, I'm gonna take him there.
Cute. How long is the process on him becoming like a little
I
assistant dog?
I actually don't know. Apparently, you can get away with having them in training, but the
Oh.
training is quite hard and expensive, long and expensive. I don't know if he'd pass training, but with autism, it's a little bit more lenient. So because they're just
Yeah.
like an emotional support dog rather than a service dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how emotional support dogs work over there, but here it's just like you just need a therapist to be like, yeah, you're getting support, you're good to go.
Yeah, I haven't looked too much into it yet, only because I've been doing training with him separately, like just
Oh.
regular dog training.
Yeah.
And I just want to see how that goes, and then I'll look into it and get him registered, and yeah,
Cute. And then take him to the gardens.
yeah.
That'll be so sweet. Speaking of Carrot, this is a
Oh my gosh.
any questions you don't want to ask, just say skip and we skip.
No, that
Messiah-
one's fine.
Messiah OSRS asked, does Carrot do big poops?
He actually doesn't.
Yeah, he's so
a
tiny, I
tiny
mean,
dog.
like-
Yeah, he doesn't. He does very small but frequent poops, and it's very manageable. I quite like it.
Good
I
for
was
him.
walking him with another dog, and I was baffled by how this dog did such a large poo. And I remember saying it to the owner and then being like, that is such a weird thing for me to comment on. Because I remember being like,
Commenting on their dog's
wow,
poop.
his poo's really big. And then I was like, she was like, yeah, haha, well, he is a little bit bigger than Carrot. And I was like, yeah, that was a weird thing for me to say. Maybe in hindsight, I shouldn't have said that. Oh,
No, it's I would probably say it too. How are you not gonna say anything? Sometimes dogs like can have
exactly.
crazy ones.
Yeah. I
Whenever
know his
sorry.
you go, I was just waffling.
Oh, mine I was gonna say like on the first half of the podcast, we like do a Q&A where it's just me and Robert. And I was like
Hmm.
looking through the questions and I was like, I don't know if I could ask any of these questions of Robert too. And then I saw that one specifically and I'm like, am I just gonna ask him, do you have like big boobs?
Please do.
I will just for you. And I will see he
Yeah.
probably won't answer, but I will try. um some questions from Zesty. Strong question here. Would you still love me if I was a worm?
Yes. I love you, Zesty. I will
Okay.
always love you, Zesty.
How would you take
I would
care of
split you in
her?
half and then I would have two Zesties.
What? You would cut her in
Yeah.
half?
Yeah, because don't worms grow back like the other way?
I don't
Or is that a lizard?
know. I
I
think
don't know. I
lizards I
wouldn't do it if
know
you didn't.
you just want to torture Zesty. Like,
Yeah. Salt. No,
he
that's
said,
snails. I think.
I'm gonna cut you up and put salt on you.
No, I just want many, many Zesties. That would be my
Okay.
dream. I love
How
Zesty.
how would you take care of her as a worm? This is my own question. Would you build her a little
Um,
terrarium?
yeah, she would have a palace terrarium. She'd have the biggest terrarium ever.
That's so
But
sweet.
yeah,
Yeah,
no but.
I've asked this of Robert and he said that he would just like leave me on my desk and I was like I would literally dry up. Like I would die.
That so when are you dumping him, first of all? Second
No,
of
it was
all,
done then. We just still live together.
yeah. Oh, that's so funny. I love that question. Would you still love me if I was a worm?
I love us.
Am I gonna say to that? Yes. So,
No, no, a
like
lot of
as if
people
we're all
say
gonna
no.
I mean, no, we wouldn't though, would we? Like if they were really worms.
If you were a worm, I would invite you on the podcast still. And I would just
Dude,
sit here
I
and you'd
was
just
a
be
worm.
staring at me.
If I was this is me as a worm.
And I'd just be talking and you'd just be like
And I'm
shaking
like
your head. I would still
this is
invite
such a
you.
silly question. Yeah, it would be a fun podcast.
Just me talking to a worm.
Oh.
Zesty also asked if you could be any character in OSRS, who would it be and why?
Oh, you go first.
Oh God, I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, neither.
Just put me on the spot. Okay, maybe like. Oh my God, I almost said Neve. No, not Neve. Jesus, I just
Oh,
like said I want
R&B.
to die. What the heck?
Yeah.
That's morbid. Maybe like the wise old man because I feel like he goes on like little adventures and he just like hangs out in a little bookstore and I'm like that's kind of cute. It's kind of a vibe.
It is. That is a vibe. I don't have an answer. I think I would be a duck.
The
Not a
ducks in
lie.
Falador.
Yeah,
They're
duck
cute.
anywhere, honestly. Duck
I like-
near, yeah, duck in Falador actually, because the ducks near the Champions Guild get slaughtered for 2-hour tasks.
Oh
So we'll be
no.
a duck in Falador.
I do like that you specified a duck but alive.
Yeah,
Yeah, not dead. That's a good answer.
exactly.
Ducks are cute. Did you find it difficult to go back to OSRS after playing leagues so heavily?
Oh, I really got into leagues. I
Did you
think
get
that was the
dragon,
most I've.
by the way?
No, no,
Sorry.
no, no.
Okay.
I okay, so I didn't play that much, but like I
Mhm.
played in the first like week. I think I got the tier 8, and I like played a lot. It was like 10 days,
Jesus.
I think, and I got tier 8 or something like ridiculous.
I felt myself
Um,
getting jealous seeing your post. I'm like, how is she advancing so fast? Like, what am I doing wrong?
I have autism and I played a lot and it was so much fun. I just remember being in Discord for like the entire day. I don't think I
Aw.
streamed it. Just had so much fun playing it. But no, I actually something I think I was doing something. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to max on here. It'd be so fun." And I think I got a shadow on leagues and I was a melee build.
Oh,
And something in me clicked and I was like, "Wait, I've just seen my first shadow on the game and it's
in
in
leagues.
leagues
Yeah.
and I'm doing all this progress and it's just going to be deleted in like 20 seconds." Maybe I'll just go back to the main game where I could just do the same stuff with my
Yeah.
like build my actual account. And so it like something in me clicked, and I was just like, I'm not playing leagues anymore.
I
Bye.
think that's how it was for me too, yeah. It's just very suddenly being
Yeah.
like, all right, suddenly over it.
I'm done now, yeah. I mean, it was so much fun, and I can't wait for the next one because I do
Me
just have
too.
so much fun, like, doing it on release.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I saw Mazhar or something finished every single task, which is crazy. Um, yeah, I can't imagine doing that, and I think it got up to, like, the last 30 minutes of leagues, and he got the last one done because it
I
was, like,
didn't hear that. That's
a
crazy.
third age set. Yeah,
Oh,
it
they
was insane.
completed a third age set? Get out of here.
Yeah. Insane, insane.
I
But yeah,
can't
I
wait
had a
for
lot of
leagues
fun on
again.
leagues.
I feel
Same.
like that's like really reiterating for me how much I love early game. Like running around leagues in Lumbridge when everyone was in Lumbridge, everyone was new, was like
Yeah.
the most fun day I've ever had in
Yeah.
RuneScape. And
It's so fun. I just like how everyone's on the same path. Like you see so many
yeah,
people in the world. Oh, sorry.
you're good.
Um, you see so many people in the world, and it's just yeah, I love it. It's really engaging.
I hope there's another leagues this year.
Same. There should
Hopefully.
hopefully.
Well, they're doing Runefest, so they might not because of that.
Yeah, Runefest, sailing, whatever else is coming out of Varlamore.
Before I move on, like, have you read any of the blog posts about like the skilling and stuff that they were talking about, or
I
the
kind of
prayer
glossed over
alignments?
it. I wasn't very I don't really read up on them until they're in the game. I know that's
Okay.
bad, but
Whatever. I was just gonna see if you have thoughts on it.
nah, I don't really.
Okay.
What about you? Have you read them?
I don't know what to think, to be honest. I want to see what I'm
Yeah.
like a copycat. I want to see what other people think, and then I form my
Yeah.
opinion based on them.
That's me.
Yeah, I can't. I'm
Me
not
is
capable of my own opinion for this.
no. No. I'm just a worm. I
I'm
need other worms
literally
to
just a worm. Like,
Yeah.
do
Oh, no,
you?
I don't know on those. I read the agility ones. I don't really even understand it, so I don't even
That's how I felt with the prayer alignment. I was like, this is too much, and I have no idea what to think.
I
Like,
think
I
that
don't
they
know.
are
They're a
pushing it
blog.
too yeah. I don't even know where it comes from. Like who's having these ideas to put like where are they getting suggested and why?
It was like on
What's wrong?
Reddit, and then it's just an
Yeah.
expansion. I don't know. Like, I have a
It's like
RuneScape podcast, and I don't
what's your
know.
purpose? Yeah, what's your purpose of putting these in the game? Like
Yeah,
what do we did anyone ask for this? Why do we need this?
yeah. Like it's kind of just like creating content for no reason potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. Are you looking forward to sailing though, or no?
Um I voted for shamanism.
I
Would
wanted
have
shamanism to win.
I would have loved that one. Um Sailing, I don't understand it.
I don't
We go on a
understand
boat.
it either. Like I
We
don't.
go on a boat, we build a boat. What does that
You're
what
sailing. That was the end of my. That's the end of my explanation. You're sailing.
Yeah, something about we can kill something on a boat
There's gonna be
and
like
sail and look out on the sea and see people on their boats. I really don't understand it. I mean,
no.
I've watched all the content about sailing. Um,
I just can't imagine it happening.
I can't
Like
either. I don't know, like, how are we gonna level? Like, are we just gonna build a boat over and over
they're
again? Is
like,
it just
no, you
construction for boats?
you like do task. I don't know. Some of it does sound like low key minigamey. Like I don't know how. I can't imagine
Yeah.
getting to 99. I can't. I don't know. Like this is gonna sound so weird, but like my brain cannot imagine how sailing is gonna go. Like I can't imagine myself
I
doing
can't
it.
either.
We have the same
Yeah.
brain. Like I don't know if it's because I'm not
Yeah.
creative or what.
Yeah, I don't know how they come up with what they come up with because I don't understand what does it bring to the get. I just don't. I can't wait for it because I
Yeah.
want to understand it, but I
Well,
don't.
also
I
it's
don't know
weird.
what it's going to bring to the game. It just feels weird.
Yeah, I agree. I wish the shamanism would have won. I feel like I understood that one
Same.
slightly more.
Me too.
Yeah,
And it looks cool.
it
It
did
looked
look cool.
interesting. But
I. What did you think about the other one? what was it? The animal taming or something?
I just thought it was hunter. It didn't make sense to me. Or like
Yeah.
like summoning hunter something.
Yeah.
Just didn't look very. I don't know.
Like
That one to me just felt like pointless.
that one is kind of just like an expansion on Hunter when it's like
It
this wouldn't
felt
be its
like
own
that, yeah.
skill. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Um back you look at your list of questions. Look at what's next.
Yeah. I've got
Whale
an answer for
asked,
you.
"What color is it?" I'm assuming talking about like your dog.
Whale. Whale, that is the rudest thing anyone's ever said to me before in my life, Whale. Can't believe you sent that, Whale.
Yeah,
Can't believe you
whale.
sent that. He actually PM'd me and he said, "Can I hit send on this tweet?" I was like, "Yeah, go for it." What
Rudest
color is
thing I've
it?
ever heard.
Whale.
Whale, you sicko. You sicko pervert.
You
Like, who would even say
sicko.
this?
My pink, my brown. Have you heard that song?
Oh, I haven't.
There's
What
your
do I even
answer.
bleep out there? I don't even know what I'm.
The whole thing.
Just
You just
one
play the
hole.
song.
I've never that. I
It's
literally.
my is
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I definitely thought you just made that up, and I was like, Jesus, Hanny.
No, it's a song. It's like a Megan Thee Stallion or something.
Oh, I love Megan Thee
One of those
Stallion.
songs. One of
Clearly, I don't
those.
know that one.
It might not be her, honestly. She's one of those baddies who sings
Yeah.
about their bits
There-
all day.
You know what?
Yeah, exactly.
Next question is from Packwatch on Twitter. What is your ideal meal while visiting an American diner, and why the hell would it be a chili cheese dog?
Okay, I don't know why he's getting at me for this. We met up in San Francisco.
Oh,
And
okay.
we went to an American diner and
You really got
I
chili
can't
cheese
remember
dog?
what he got. Yeah, why would I not? I like chili cheese dogs.
I
Why
don't
would I
know.
not get it? I mean, there wasn't much on this menu that appealed to me, but that one stuck out. So I got it and it was bomb.
It was
And
good?
he ate half of it. I was full and he ate half of it. So you can't even get at me
Okay.
pack.
Literally the audacity to call her out when you ate half of it.
Right? I mean, I did force feed him. I was like, I'm not going to eat this, but I feel bad leaving it on my plate. So can you eat it? And I just kept putting more and more on his plate. But that's besides the point because you did eat half of it. So you technically went to an American diner and had a chili cheese dog.
How
And
dare you?
big dog.
Yeah. At least she's a tourist. So what's your excuse?
Right? Also, he got like, what did he get? Like an omelet or something, or burrito or something. I don't know. What are you
Standard.
supposed to get at a diner? It wasn't like a get pancakes or something diner. It
Oh,
was
I was
just
gonna
like
say
a
pancakes.
yeah.
Or like
There wasn't.
burger? I
I
don't know.
guess so. Yeah, that would make sense.
Chili
But
cheese dog's kind of like a wild answer. I don't know why. I can't describe my logic here, but I read that and
it
I was
was
like,
delicious.
whoa.
It was delicious. It had like a side of fry. Oh, it was beautiful.
I'm glad
Loved
you have
it.
no regrets about it.
No, actually, highlight of my trip.
What were the like best parts of coming here? Have you been
San
to the
Francisco.
US before?
No, that
Yeah.
was my first time. I went to San Francisco and we went to Yosemite, which was my
I
highlight.
love Yosemite. Oh my
Me
god.
too. What a postcard of a place. It was
Literally.
beautiful. Like every time we left the house, wow. We saw a bear, a wild bear. That was cool.
I
I did
saw
not
that too when I was
expect
there.
to see that. I did not expect to see a wild bear. That's insane. And
Was
like
it like were you guys like hiking or?
no, we were driving and Eleanor, my friend, was driving the car and it was like a rent car. My dad we had my dad there and luckily she was driving because my dad would have never stopped, but she just stopped midway and she was like, "Yo, there's a bear right there." So we were in the middle of the road, stopped watching this bear just walk along and
Oh,
hoping that no cars were coming, but we were just watching this bear. It was crazy. We were all like, "What the hell?"
oh my
Like
gosh.
insane. What an experience. So we weren't up close and personal, but we saw a real life bear. I never thought I would.
Yeah,
But yeah, San
whenever
Francisco is beautiful. Oh,
Oh, I was gonna say I saw a bear whenever we went to. It was like from far away, and it's like people were acting like it
yeah.
was normal. Like they're like, "Yeah, there's a
I,
bear there. Just walk around." I'm like, "I'm sorry.
I,
Like, what do you mean?"
yeah. You were walking?
We were walking and it was like
That's
kind of
scary.
far away, but it was with its babies. So they were trying to keep everyone away. It was right next to the main
Yeah.
road. Like it
If
was
it's with
so
its
weird.
babies, it would have been
Oh, it would
very
have killed
terrifying.
us.
Yeah.
But there's
Yeah.
like a
But
big crowd of us. It was so weird.
crazy. Yeah, but yeah, Yosemite was just, oh my gosh, so beautiful. When we were there, the record for the is it the quickest? Yeah, the quickest free fall, free climb, whatever. It was
No.
beat like the day before.
That's, oh my God, I'm so scared of that.
Oh, it's terrifying.
They're
I was
so
sitting there
freaky.
looking up at them. I was like zooming in on my phone to like see these, like they look like ants on the wall, but because they're so high up, the people climbing.
My God.
And
So you could
it
see
was,
them climbing on it?
yeah, only when I was like, you can't see them on like with your eyes because they're so small.
Yeah.
But I was zooming in on my camera and I could see them, and it was so interesting, like, and
That's so
terrifying
cool.
because
Yeah.
imagine free climbing those walls. That was just
I'd be so
insane.
afraid of like watching and you just like see them drop or something. Oh,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
that's so
Yeah.
scary.
But it was cool. It was cool the timing because the guy beat I forget his name. He's like famous, but he beat it like the day before we got there, and it was
Oh,
really
that's
cool.
cool. How fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And San Francisco, you had fun too? I love San Francisco.
Yeah, what a beautiful city. Honestly, it was like movies to me because it's the first
Really?
time I've been to America. Yeah, so it was like, wow, police cars actually look like GTA. I was like the biggest
Stop.
tourist. Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, and I like remember taking a picture of like policemen, and I was like, wow, pigs, but like still cool.
It's still cool.
Like it was like I was in a movie. It felt really
Yeah.
cool.
I imagine they
But
look very intense if you're not in the US too.
oh
It's-
yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's a lot.
got guns. Yeah.
Um, I was gonna ask you something else about New York. Oh, did you go to the botanical garden in San Francisco?
Yes.
It's so
Yeah.
pretty, right?
Yeah. It's so pretty. And we went to is it like the Japanese garden as well? Both of
Yeah.
them are so pretty. I love
I went there
them. That was
years
like
ago.
that's like my main thing. I love parks, so I had
Hmm.
to go there. Pack went with me and it was just so beautiful.
Oh,
Like I love gardens.
me too. Yeah, after seeing like all the plants and you were talking about gardens earlier, I was like, okay, did you go there? They have some really
Yeah.
nice ones. I don't know how they compare to the ones in England, but for me, they're very nice.
No, they're both very, very nice. I like them. I think the Japanese one was really, really unique. I
Oh
liked
yeah,
that a lot.
they have like the little bridges too. Yeah, I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know if
like
they still have it.
no, they do, and it's so cool. I love it. I think they were doing renovations when we were there, but so there was
Mhm.
one thing that was like blocked off, but most of it was free, and it was so cool to walk around. I loved it.
Where do you want to? Would you want to come back to the U.S. and go anywhere else next?
I I think New York. I
Mhm.
think I think that's another a movie place,
I've
where
never been to New
it's
York.
like I feel like that would make me feel that would be really surreal.
Yeah,
New York and Philly would be fun.
Philly too. Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I haven't gone like anywhere on the East Coast. The US is just like huge. I haven't gone like anywhere other than West Coast.
Yeah. My stepmom, because it was like a trip so that my parents came over and I meet them like halfway
Oh,
in
okay.
America. And so my stepmom did half like her holiday in California and then half of it in New York. And it was crazy because she was just like, oh yeah, I'll just get the flight over there. I was like, that's like
Far.
13 hours. Like that's a long time it's not like you just dip over there. You're still,
Yeah,
but it was
that's
funny
like your
trying
whole
to plan
day.
it with her. Yeah. I was like, that's like a long way to go, right? But she ended up doing it. But it was funny trying to plan that with her when she didn't quite realize that it was going to be like a whole day of traveling. You don't
I don't
just
think.
nip right over to New York.
Yeah, people like don't realize how big we are here. Like,
Yeah.
it's really far away. That's why I haven't been anywhere on the East Coast. But like California, I live in California in Southern California, and I'm from Northern. And to my hometown, it's 600 miles away, and that's all just
Yeah.
California still. Like, it's
Yeah.
nuts.
It's huge. I didn't quite realize how big it was till like I was doing all this research for that trip either. Massive, because Australia is big, but America is the USA
Is
is
America
really big.
bigger?
I don't know. I think
Or
it
maybe just
is.
wider. I don't know. Not much for geography, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's Australia is the sixth largest country after Russia, Canada, China, the USA, and Brazil. I did not know Brazil was
Oh,
bigger than Australia.
neither did I. Kind of surprised. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I liked whenever we went to the Netherlands before, I liked how everything was so close together in Europe. I was like, this is like way cooler because we're just super spread out. I don't love it.
Yeah, everything in Europe's you actually do. You just take a trip over to like France from here and it's like 40 minutes on the plane.
That's
Crazy.
yeah. I can't even imagine. 40 minutes driving is like how far my sister's house used to be and we lived in the same city. So like I don't understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
But anyway, sorry, I got super distracted. Newbie said, speed question, 5 things that make you happy.
Carrot, RuneScape streaming, coffee,
Coffee?
plants.
I was gonna call you up. You didn't say carrot first. I was gonna be like, do you even love him?
My little vegetable rat.
You little vegetable rat. That's so cute.
No, yeah, I don't
Oh,
know. That's my 5 things.
it's a solid 5. I like it. Um, Etin the Breton. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but they have a few questions. What is the best strat for beginners taking care of houseplants?
Uh, I would suggest doing them in water. So you can
Oh.
instead of soil, you can have them in water, which is the easiest thing because you just top them back up. Obviously, you have to get ones that can live in water, but that's my
Mhm.
favorite thing to do. Plus, they look really pretty in water.
I've done a few of those before, like propagating, and they just start growing
Yeah,
roots. It's really cool.
yeah. But some of them you can just keep in their propagation, like in the water. You sometimes have to get for some plants they're needy, and you need to get um like something to feed them. But
Okay.
most of them they'll just live in water and be happy. That's my
Oh,
best strat.
cute. I like that. Best place to go on holiday?
My favorite is I have this little island in the Channel Islands, near England, and it's a country. It's called Guernsey, and that's my favorite place to go.
Guernsey?
Guernsey,
I
yeah.
want to look it up. How do you even?
It's really pretty. GuernSey.
Okay.
And it is so nice. It's like a little island and well, it's a country, but it's an island. And
Oh,
it's
it's so
surrounded by
pretty.
so many beaches. Yeah, cute grassy like areas.
I
It's
didn't
just
even know that was a country that existed. Oh my
I
God.
know there's like a couple there in the Channel Islands and they're like the only reason I know is because it's a before I knew obviously is because it's a tax break. So a lot of rich
Oh,
Tories go there and live there and get to
of
write off
course.
taxes.
That's funny.
But
That's
it is a
really pretty
beautiful
though.
country.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Etin said, I appreciate you for being someone to look up to who has been generally open about mental health struggles. What keeps you motivated when going through major life changes?
That's a good question. It's a hard question because I don't know. I think I have a really different wired brain. So even when I'm really in my lowest points, I still see good in things. My dad always used to say to me, "You never know." This is something that resonates with me my whole life. Is
Mhm.
when I had like a really hard when I was a teenager, went through like all this stuff, and my dad used to say, "You never know where you're gonna be in 3 years. You never know where you're gonna be in 3 years," and he would just say it all the time. And suddenly, one day, I remember thinking about it, and I was in England, like from Australia, and I was had such a good life, right?
Yeah.
Comparably to when like 3 years prior, and I remember thinking, "Damn, like." when he said that to me, I really didn't know where I would be. And
Yeah.
I don't know, that always just sticks in my head. So I think I don't have any tips for other people, but I think that I always have that in my head where it was a question, or it was like a statement given to me that rung true. And really, even if I look back 3 years ago from now, I am a totally different person. And
Yeah.
struggles that I went through 3 years ago, they don't matter to me now because yeah. So I
I feel
guess
like that
that
could
always is in
definitely
my
help other
mind
people.
where yeah, it's always in my mind where you have to think about, you know, you think about the worst things you've been through and how much they affect you now. Obviously, in some situations, they still affect you,
Yeah.
but in time, they're not going to. It's or they will not have that impact on you anymore. And so I
Yeah.
always think about that and think about how uh not like minuscule problems, but like because they're large problems and they matter to you then, but
Yeah.
it's like a what's the word? I know that there's that phrase of time heals everything, but it's true
Mhm.
where time does pass and like things change and
Yeah,
yeah.
they like lighter.
Yeah. You
You're
always
so
get through things. Think about all the
insightful.
things you've been through. Oh,
Literally inspiring. What the heck?
shut up. I'm not I'm just like that is what I have to think about. And it doesn't mean that you don't go through the depression and doesn't mean that you
Yeah.
don't go through all your and it doesn't make things hurt less, but it makes you think it keeps you moving forward so that you get through things and it's good.
That's literally very inspiring. Like, what the? You could think it's not, but I was just like thinking about 3 years ago I was, and I was like, wow, a lot of stuff mattered then, like, don't really matter now.
Right?
It's kind of cool.
Right? And
Yeah.
it's like if you think about just think about the last thing in your life that was or even think about now, right? You're looking for a job, right?
Hmm.
And it's probably stressful. I know I'm doing the same thing. And all I can think about is in 3 years, I might have I might have my dream I might not, but I might have like
Yeah.
a dream job. I might be who knows? It's literally unforeseen. You cannot predict the future. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I like it. Anything can happen in 3 years,
Anything
for
can happen
better
in
or
a week. Like
worse. Yeah.
you're always gonna get through it. I mean, yeah, yeah,
I like that. That's good. I think something that reminds me, like, whenever I'm feeling really depressed, I'm like, I would never want to miss out on stuff. In a weird way, it kind of relates because I have like bad FOMO. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what's gonna happen later. Like, I don't want to miss out on what would happen later. Could be really cool.
yeah,
Similar vein of
yeah.
thinking, though. That's a really good answer. What, you should be like a therapist. What the hell?
I'm literally Gandhi. My line.
You are.
Better help.
And also ask more carrot pics, please. After that insightful
I
answer.
I post so many carrot pics. I actually take way more than I post. My entire camera roll is carrot. If he breathes, I've taken a photo. If
I was
he
gonna say, are you like the mom that's just
Oh,
constantly
I'm
like, oh my
so
god?
annoying. Oh, I'm unbelievably annoying and obnoxious. I mean, my Discord is full of them because
Aw.
I can't help it. He breathes, I take a picture. He exists, I take a picture. I love it.
Yeah, he's just a cutie. He deserves it. Deserves all the pictures.
Exactly.
GoZME asked, what are your thoughts?
Fem taught me something very valuable, and it is we are not allowed to think. We do not think. Fem
You
taught
said
me that
femme taught
we
me, and
are
I was like, it's
not
gonna be the weirdest thing.
we are not allowed to think. We are just girls in the world. We are worms. We are not allowed to think. So no
I'm
thoughts.
literally just a worm. Like, how would
Just a
I?
worm. Like, please, laddie. It is. We are worms. We do not think.
True, true and real. Gemma asked a few different questions, but now that you rebuilt after being absolutely slayed by mommy necks, hashtag or exclamation point death, what is the next plan for your iron meme?
Gemma. Hopefully, when you see this, I've been grinding chambers for so long. Hopefully, when you see this, Gemma, I've got the Tebow. Well, who knows? Stay tuned. No, that was my goal. Today I got asked at the start of my stream, what are your goals for your Ironman? I said Tebow and Shadow.
No way, you
They
just
said,
met
okay,
half
what are
your
you?
goal.
They said I'm not even kidding. They said, what are your achievable goals? What is something more achievable? And then like 20 minutes later, I got a Tebow. So sit on that one. But that was
Block them from
funny.
your
I don't
stream.
know. I will, honestly. How dare you? Although they did kind of jinx it into existence. So
They
maybe
did,
maybe
true.
I reward them. I don't know. We kind of talked about what my plans were earlier, but
Yeah.
I think just more drops. Next, Toa. Yeah.
Yeah. You probably had a better answer for that before you got a Tebow earlier today. Kind of changed everything.
Tebow and Shadow. So I guess now just Shadow and next. That's it.
Yeah. Gemma also asked, this was after, whenever you were streaming, you were like, last chance for questions. Gemma tweeted and said, how's it feel to be a Tebow haver now?
Oh, Gemma. Honestly, I couldn't breathe. I was trying to stream after that, and I think I took about an hour to calm down, but I have a Tebow, and I feel like the biggest geek because I have never been more excited for anything in my life, I swear to God.
Dude, that's how RuneScape drops feel.
No, but a Tebow, I never ever thought I would ever have a Tebow, and I have one on my Ironman, and it's crazy.
And you got a solo, right?
Yeah.
Oh
1.6 mil in a solo. Crazy. I know, I'm kind of rich.
Oh my God.
My bank was 4 bill, now it's like, or 4.4 or something, now it's 6 bill. Crazy. Don't hack me, please, guys. I'm poor.
No, I just hacked you right now. As you were saying that, I was like hacking the mainframe.
Honestly, that's literally so fine. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm just a worm.
I'm a
like
worm now, so yeah. I'm a worm now. I don't need it. I don't have hands.
Whatever. It was funny. Before we started recording, you were asking like, "Oh, are you gonna be playing any RuneScape?" And I was like, "No." And Torshika, and she's like, "I'm just staring at my Tebow."
For the first hour, I swear, I was just logged in, staring at my Tebow, like, yeah, it's real.
Looking.
It's still there. It's still there.
That
I
is
love
so
it.
funny.
I'm so happy.
Oh my God. I can't believe you got a GZ. That's so exciting.
I know.
That's so cool. Less RuneScape related. I told you there's so many. Gemma said, do the curtains match the drapes? Like your home decor?
Gemma, you literally no.
Wow.
Yes, Gemma. Gemma is also has ginger curtains, and we've had this discussion previously, and she also has ginger drapes. So, yes, Gemma, the curtains match the drapes.
I'm sorry. I'm dead. You're like, we've actually discussed this in detail.
No, do you know why? Because I told Gemma, do you know what the worst question that people always are like, oh, you're ginger. Do
people actually ask you that?
Yes, all the time. People ask you that, especially in stream, because obviously trolls come in and they say it. And I'm like, oh, what? I wish people could just stop saying that. And so, of course, she sent that question in, because why would she not send that question in?
What? The last one from Gemma. I don't even know what this means. The acronym.
Saying what we saying, what can you do? That one. Move past that one because Gemma is just chatting. She's a yapper.
Gemma, stop yapping. This is serious.
Yes. Quit your yapping, Gemma.
Yeah, we're talking about Can you like stop distracting?
Oh, who said anything? I was talking about
No, sorry. Oh yeah. Oh my God, my bad. I was just on a different conversation. Arbalist Dev asked, what is your favorite comfort activity for when you just need a break?
I like TikTok.
Just scrolling.
TikTok. I just like scrolling. I mean, I like reading. I like to lay in the grass. I like just sitting there. I just like existing and not speaking and just existing.
That's literally worm behavior. And I love it so much.
That's because I'm a worm.
Yeah. You're like, I just sit in the dirt and I just exist.
Wait, I kind of wish I was a worm now.
Yeah, like, wait, what? That sounds like kind of a chill life.
Right? Oh my gosh, the next question.
Okay, from Mato Holisti? I don't know how to say it.
Mhm.
I didn't know what it was.
Mhm.
When when did you realize you had the fattest and juiciest in the category? I've been saying it, I might finally make a Patreon and post the uncensored because this one has so many questions.
So I realized I had the FJP, the
FJP. Oh, okay.
FJP, popped out of the womb, um, born with it. It is not Maybelline. I was born with it. I was born with it. I have to carry this burden for my entire life, and
You're
it
born
is.
and they just like told your parents, I'm so sorry. When she
I'm
gets
s-
older, she's gonna have a bad case at FJP.
she doctors. We have never seen a worse case of FJP. I actually got a I was talking about this earlier. I got a golden gnome from RuneScape for having
Stop.
the FJP in the category. So,
Mm-hmm. It was like
you know,
really
we
real.
take
Like all the mods signed it. Yeah.
and we take what we're given, our RNG from birth, and we do what we can with it. So, I think I'm doing a very good job carrying this FJP. Um
Lugging it around.
like
What, you
I
like
do leave
throwing
a
it over your
trail,
shoulder?
but
Wait, did you just leave a trail?
I'm like Gary the snail the way I walk around. Honestly, my FJP you see me coming from a mile away because and if I've just crossed your path, just be careful. You know what I mean?
Like Gary the snail, she said.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry for
Jesus
putting you through this,
Christ.
Boone.
It's okay. No one, I'm gonna bleep it. No one's even gonna know what we're talking about. They're gonna assume we're talking about snails. Like, obviously.
Exactly.
No one knows what FJP stands for. It's fine. Jesus.
Oh gosh. No.
All right. Which Eileen said, "Hi, Queen Hanny. You're amazing. Do you have any tips on techniques/strategies to learn higher level PVM or anything in general?"
Watch guides. I love watching
I was gonna be like, "You fake."
No, I actually don't. I don't know how I learn. I'm still learning every day. I think the best thing you can do is get a couple of friends and just do it. I mean, if you've got one person who knows what they're doing, they can teach you. Otherwise, you all just go in together and learn. I mean, that's how I learnt Tob. I had a group of 5 of us, and I had never even seen the raid before. I went in and I was like, "Okay, what do we do now?"
Oh,
And that's all we did. It was a lot of fun.
and now you have two
I don't
sites
have
and Hella KC.
Yeah, and a Tibo, and we're gaming, and we learn all the raids. And what I would say is, if you would like to learn high level PVM, I would suggest doing low level tower invos and just getting used to lots of switches, lots of
Yeah.
press switches. You know, it's a really good raid when it comes to dipping your toe in and getting the
Your
basics down.
Toa in?
Your
No.
toe in.
Kinda.
No, yes, yes.
Sounded erotic when you said it in that tone.
You're towering.
Jesus.
Who up towering right now?
Ew. Another golden gnome for that too.
Yeah. No, yeah, I would suggest doing that. Otherwise, you know, there are discords, there are clans and things like that. Someone asked in my stream the other day whether how to like get into raiding, and
Hmm.
um those are there are places that you can go where they do learners and things like that.
And watch our
Yeah.
stream, which I'll be linking in the description.
If you watch my stream, you will learn what not to do. So that's
Watch the other people she raids with.
yeah, exactly. We will get the ghost POV from my end
Yeah.
and the stream. We all watch the other people and we learn together.
Exactly. Eileen also asked if you have any niche life pro tips.
No, Eileen.
Not a
I
single
don't.
thought. We're just worms.
We are worms, Eileen. If you would like to be in life, you must also worm. Why many words few do trick.
Mm-hmm. Worm, indeed.
Worm.
Our last two questions, they weren't exactly for you. They ask questions every week, but I thought you might be interested in answering. So
Yep.
Hariger asked, what would be your thoughts on introducing a huge new farming area on the River Elid to make the desert more popular? Because the desert doesn't really have any farming stuff.
I I could get behind that. I like farming and I do think that the desert is kind of bleak. The only thing
Yeah.
is, how would they introduce that? It's a
Probably have to be
desert.
like quest
So,
related. Like maybe you find an oasis or something.
mm, I like that idea
Honestly,
actually.
they might have
Recreate
said
an
moving
oasis
coffee.
or something.
Yeah, it could be cute.
Yeah. I like that. Where did he get that idea from? Because I like that idea.
You know what? I'm a demon. He actually typed a whole thing, and I was just trying to make it concise. So he might have said the whole thing.
No, that's
That's
okay. Um,
okay.
I can get behind that. That sounds like a cool thing.
Yeah.
I would like that.
And what is your favorite in real life racing movie? If you have one. Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift.
No, never watched.
Never watched Tokyo
Never
Drift?
seen. No. Love the song,
I
bangers,
was like,
but
you don't even
never
know the
seen.
Teriyaki Boys?
Wonder if you know.
I know, I was gonna start singing and I was like, I
Tokyo.
won't, I
If
won't.
you seen it and you mean it, then you know you have to go fast and
Fast and
furious. Anyway, yeah.
Furious.
I don't think I watch many car movies.
Same.
Um, yeah, I really don't watch car movies, I don't think. So
What about
unfortunately I don't have the
Cars?
best answer for that.
The Disney movie. Have you
I
seen
haven't seen
that?
that either. No.
You don't
I've
know
probably
our
seen it
Lord
when
and
I
Savior
was a
Lightning
baby, but
McQueen? Oh my god.
no.
Okay,
I just
no.
don't I'm not into cars. I'm
I'm
just
not
a
in the
car.
cars either. I'm just in the passenger seat, all like strapped in.
Oh, brilliant.
Our last question is from Albert in Discord. What would be your thoughts on any sort of racing minigame? So
Racing minigame.
they're friends in real life as well, so they kind of like base their questions off each other. Let me go and
They
read the
just
whole
like
thing.
racing.
They just like racing, and what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I'll
A
put the whole
racing
thing.
minigame. I don't know what kind of thing that could be. Do you know what would be cool is if they could implement something like in game where you could like queue up with someone else to do content and you would race them at the same thing. If they could
Yeah,
add something like that, it would be cool. Because if you could add that to like every piece of content already in the game, like
I
imagine you and
yeah,
yeah.
I
Imagine
already
there's
kind of
like
do
an
that.
item that you can use together and like it puts you at the start of a raid or something.
Oh, and you could
And
just have
goes
competitions.
yeah, that
That'd
would
be
be cool.
fun. Because I kind of do that with agility. Like, I don't know if you do it. You see people on the same laps and you try to go
And you
faster than
have to
them.
go faster.
And they
Yeah.
don't know that you're racing, but
No.
you are.
No, but we're winning now.
Yeah,
That's like my only motivation at agility. I cannot let them pass me. If they keep going, I keep going because I'm not letting them
exactly.
pass me.
It's the only way to do
Um,
agility.
but that would be cool. That's an interesting thing. I don't know what else he would think of when you talk about racing mini games, but
Oh, here we go. I pulled it up. He said if there's a racing minigame in OSRS where you start on camels and Poldenbeach, hop off, do agility obstacles in a pyramid, get on a boat and kayak to Sophonim. Could potentially be a combat minigame, so you could get killed by other players racing you, and you'd be in a lobby of 20 players to start. So that's
okay,
kind of like
that
a
actually sounds kind of
triathlon.
yeah, but that kind of sounds like a last man standing but puzzle edition, like
Oh,
on
yeah.
yeah, that actually sounds very very interesting. Like imagine Soul Wars, but you had to race to get to the other side
That might
and
make it
like
more fun.
or
Yeah.
cast I guess it's kind of like Castle Wars, but imagine you're just trying to get to the other side of something. That
Yeah.
actually sounds very interesting.
Yeah, that could be fun for
Um,
sure.
Why
I'm
don't they
sorry I
add
didn't
that
say all
instead
that.
of boats and sailing
I
and
know with sailing they said they're gonna do something with like kind of racing. I remember I don't know if it's like confirmed, but one of their ideas was like you're on boats and other people are on boats. But I think it's like it might be against NPCs. So it's like not as
uh
exciting. I don't know. We
no.
don't really have any racing stuff.
No, but it could be. That's an interesting like mini game sort of thing.
Yeah.
I kind of like that idea.
Right.
Yeah.
But that is it for our Q&A. Did you have anything else you want to discuss? You good?
No, I think that's it. I think we covered everything from FJP to worms to
We really went across the board
everything.
here.
No, that was good.
Do you want to say your like Twitch name or any of your social media so everyone could go follow you? And you have to go follow her and subscribe. Just saying, you have to
And
legally.
pizzles, please. And
And she
games
needs
and
pizzles or your sexist.
Runefest, and just don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
No, my Twitch is HaniRS, HaniRS, and everything else is there. You can find it all.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you guys have enjoyed.
I know. Thank
I've
you for
had
listening.
fun.
Thank you for
Hope you had
joining.
fun. Yeah.
I didn't expect
Yeah.
some of the things that we talked about, but I enjoyed it.
Good. I'm sorry everyone. I'm sorry, Boone, if I went off on a lot of tangents.
I
I'm
don't
a
mind.
yapper, born and bred.
A yapping worm. It's okay.
Exactly.
We take it.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
has been a lot of fun.
Thank you guys for listening. I'll talk to you next time.